the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show.
Yo, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of The Tailgate Show. I have returned from hiatus. What is up, gentlemen?
Welcome back, Connor.
Nick.
Here.
Big Dick Nick, baby.
Seeping into our minds.
Who's what? What the fuck? What's seeping in our minds? I'm confused.
What do you? Like that scary movie scene where he puts a zero up to the hole in the bathroom. What are you talking about, Joe?
Yeah.
Yo, it's like
right.
we're like 1 minute of the show and glory holes are on the table.
Welcome
What
back.
the fuck?
Yeah,
welcome back. Jesus Christ. Sorry. I know it's Christmas weekend.
It's just wild, man. Like midway through that game, I'm like,
What game?
the game. Oh, I'm sorry. The big win yesterday. I said win.
Are we here to talk about the Bears?
Yeah, a little bit.
Woo!
But halfway through it, man, I'm like, man, it's gonna be another night. We're just gonna end up having to be negative. Like it sucks.
Yeah.
Like it was like lulling you to sleep first half, right?
Yes.
What an ending.
Yo,
man.
first of all, like, what the fuck was that snow in Seattle? That's like never happens there.
It's bear
Oh,
weather,
God.
baby.
Oh,
Bear
shit.
weather.
Bear weather. Like,
You remember
That
Bear
was
Weather versus Tom Brady back in the day?
that was fucking crazy. Like, you saw the snowplows earlier in the day, and you're like, wait, what? And then, like, it looked like it was all cleared up. They had the field all cleared up, and that shit just came right back with a vengeance. Like, that was like a legitimate fucking snow game.
Did you see the refs getting pelted by fucking snowballs during the game?
No.
Oh, yeah. They got drilled a few times.
That's
I
dope
was
as
like-
fuck.
It's like, well done.
Shout out to Seattle. I'd like to go see a game there.
Yeah, Seattle
That'd be-
averages 4.6 inches of snow per year. Just FYI.
Big
Yeah,
Stats
big-
and gravy, meteorologists and gravy. What the fuck? That was
Stands weren't
cool.
super crowded either.
Were they? Yeah, I don't know. I was like half in and out because I was at work. But it was a fucking slog. Like the first half was a slog. Same old fucking Bears with Foles. You know, I mean, I'll say this: David Montgomery is a beast. Like that dude. That dude is a dude that when you watch the Bears, which is mostly a painful.
You like this 2.1 per carry today.
I knew
He
that
just,
was
I'm
coming.
just, no. How many catches and yards did he have receiving though?
65.
That's fucking great for us. Kidding me? That's like a that's
he
like
had
a
100
top.
from scrimmage. Yeah.
I'm just saying when dude is out there, he's juice. He gives a lot of fucking energy to that team. Like
I
you know,
like what he brought
sometimes
today.
it sticks out because there's such lack of energy on the team, and it's like,
No.
there's a dude who actually gives a shit and is really giving his all, so it sticks out like a sore thumb. You know,
I like the fact that
Casey-
Nagy didn't go away from him, being that his average per carry was so low. That's something that
right,
normally
but yet
doesn't
you
do.
see stupid shit like the Wildcat, like
Well-
in right away. No,
Moon
Wildcat in the
end-around
red
on the
zone.
goal
Get the
line?
fuck out of here. You cannot slander Lamar Jackson and then advocate for Wildcat.
No, I just said meow.
Slap you in the fucking head.
I
Huh?
said meow. I didn't say
Oh, I thought you said Will. Like you were like I thought you was about to jump in and like preach for Wildcat. No, not having
No,
it.
God, no.
Yeah,
I
hey,
hate
you know
it.
though.
But you know why you have to do that shit?
You mentioned
Because
Juice,
you're
though.
naggy and you're trash and you're
And
like
your center's trash.
You mentioned Juice. Like,
everything's not Mustafa's fault, Jer.
oh boy.
Do you watch the game? You don't go 4th and 1 up the middle because it doesn't get pushed. It's just that
Still
simple.
Well,
running
why
Wildcat
they-
because Mustafa sucks.
Because you can at least give it
No.
straight to the running back and you can hit the hole.
Well, they did go for it twice on 4th down in this game, right, with Foles.
And
I swear to God, if they challenged that second one, we did not get that shit.
Yeah, but going back to the running back, just you mentioned
Done.
Juice, and when Herbert got the ball, there was some juice.
I
And
Yeah,
agree.
They never
I
go back
agree.
to him though. Like that's one thing I didn't understand.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
you know how these fucking guys are. They're loyal to a fault. Like none of the shit they do makes any fucking sense. Like nothing makes sense.
The Herbert run for the touchdown, Whitehair gets the combo block with Mustapher and then goes out and hits the linebacker. He was gone. I was like, hell yeah, man. That's a damn good job by Whitehair. I haven't got to say that much this year, so that was one of his. Might be his best block of the year.
The best thing you can say about Cody this year is that you don't mention his name that much. Like it hasn't had any fucking penalties really. The killers. He hasn't really given up too many sacks. Like he's just been steady. I mean, he's not like remarkable, but he's rarely the problem with a play. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he's steady. You know where he's gonna be, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time even blaming these offensive linemen because I still think their scheme is so fucked. Like, and it's still this Frankenstein hybrid of whatever Laser wants to do, and then Nagy's weird fucking RPOs. Like, it's unholy. It's like an unholy mix, and I feel bad for the offensive linemen because I don't feel like they ever get going. You know.
You know who I don't feel bad for is a Fetty. Way to ruin the Snow Angel, you fuck.
Just way to be a dick. Like you were already a dick to Tevin Jenkins last week. And everybody was like, thank God Tev stepped up for somebody. Even Justin said that fucking people need to stand up for me. God damn it. Like
they
he
talked
fucking
on the football after show. Fetty should have walked him off to the sideline, told him what he had to say. But at that time, you had 3 Vikings pushing him around. He should have been in there defending Tev.
Yeah. And Cody got in there a little bit, but by the time Cody got there, and Montgomery was in there a little bit too, but I think he was trying to pull the dude back. But by the time Cody got there, fucking Fetty was in there being a douche, fucking pushing people around. So all fucking David Montgomery wants to do is a goddamn snow angel in the end zone, and fucking Fetty's like dragging him off the turf. Like, what the fuck? It's just like, and they named his ass team captain too. It's like, your leadership is fucked. I mean, we've been over the fact that these weekly team captains are horseshit, but like, that your team has no center, no core when you are naming Bruce Irvin, fucking Pat O'Donnell, and fucking Jermaine Ifedi as your fucking team captains. What a fucking crock of shit.
It's the Tressman bullshit where they want the freaking everybody's leaders. It's the fucking bullshit.
How the fuck can you look at a guy who's a veteran in the eye and tell him that your captain is Bruce Irvin? Bruce Irvin just fucking got there.
Yo, imagine. So Lance Briggs was talking about this right after the game.
I heard that.
Yeah, he's like, I waited all these years. I finally was going to get captain. Tressman, the players voted on it. Then this season started. He wanted to do, like, he finally was going to get to see on his jersey. Yep. And Tressman kicked in his shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's supposed to be an established role in the hierarchy of a team. Only like some fucking new age, learned everything out of a book dipshit, like, thinks that that's a good idea to, like, it's like the gold star next to your name mentality.
Well, actually, they talked about that too. It's the gold. See, if you hold the captaincy for so long, you get the gold C with all the stars in it.
Yeah.
The guys were like, that's kind of a goal. You want to be that guy.
Dude, it's fucking sports. The through line between sports and the military and ranks is so clear cut. It's like, why are you trying to deny it? Like, these dudes they're disciplined. They want to strive for something. They have to, they like, ultimately you need that structure. And it's like, you cannot be the fucking, hey, whatever, let's party every time we win, guys. Like, I mean, it's fucking, it's like Joe Madden with the Cubs,
Well,
like, you can only have so many fucking pajama trips.
It establishes a mindset where, like, they were mentioning Belichick. He used to just say, if something gets to me, there's a problem because I have captains to handle this shit.
Yep.
It's a structure thing. Like, it.
Yep.
there's accountability.
And it represents a vacuum of leadership to even
yeah, it should be Quan and Monty, offense and defense.
Yep. And
Well,
then
also think about the coach
DHC for special teams. What?
Think about what you just described. Belichick, who's also well versed in military since he was a military football coach, correct? He coached
his father
Army,
coached at the Naval Academy.
Naval Academy.
Yeah.
It's just about structure. Like, it's just, I mean, I think the military, well, I was talking about like rank and wanting to attain that and having the hierarchy of the military. Like, it's just the structure. And you can just tell that Nagy from day one has tried to have this loose, like, fucking structure. And the problem is that once Fangio was gone, there was no bad cop on the team. Like, I think Fangio served as like the don't fuck with that guy coach. You know what I mean? Like, the defensive guys were definitely all, like gave him a significant amount of reverence and respect. I think they kind of tried to have that for Pagano because Pagano came with a 10-year and, and I mean, whatever, I back Pagano. But, like, I just...
Mike Furry's the bad cop.
Mike Furry. I guess. Yeah, he tries to be. But it sure fucking worked out, right? The receiving core is so tight, so dope.
Hey, you
so
think
fucking...
Bird makes that catch in back of that end zone for the 2-point conversion without Mike Furry? Get out of here.
You're right.
I will say this. If there's ever a time, furry. If you're a furry fanatic, if there's ever a time to bring up that argument, it was today. I mean, we were pretty depleted at receiver, and the guys played fairly decent, man. Like, our offense kind of bailed our defense out today. When the hell do we say that?
It's the same shit where it's like, no matter what, at every point during every Bears game over the last few years, probably more years, the offense just can't do anything. Then finally they get their shit together. They go on a drive, they score, and we feel like we're back in the game. And every fucking time that shit is followed up by a special teams gaff or a defensive lapse. Today we got both. So they gave up a big fucking return, and then in 4 plays, fucking plays, they went 61 yards. The offense barely got to sit down.
Thomas Jr. had me like, dude, really? We saw one good game in this, but he ended up turning it around. But man, at first I was like, oh fuck, he got
put on an island and one-on-one with DK, and he got beat off the line. It was a wrap.
Banged up DK. Let's not blow it up like something that's not right now.
You know what's sad though is he's number 2 now in passes defensed on this defense behind Jalen Johnson, and he's played in 2 games. 2 games.
Yes.
Oh, he turned it around though. He got you saw some shine on him in the second half.
I mean, why the fuck not? I mean, Bruce Irvin's the captain, so Thomas Graham will probably be a captain next week.
No, he produced.
Do we have any former Giants? Do we have?
He's too productive on the
Ogletree. Wasn't Ogletree was on the Giants?
Guaranteed, he's a captain.
Guaranteed.
Yes. Okay, so one thing that's kind of sidebar is, did you guys?
Hey, it'd be awesome if they brought a Corsi out to be a captain. Set us up with all this shit, right?
Fucking bring out Dave Gettleman. I don't care. Like fucking, I don't, whatever. Carl Banks, honorary Bears captain this week. Carl Banks. What?
I have a question for you guys, right?
Wait, all right, go ahead.
Nick Foles, man, like, why the fuck did we get Dalton again?
Well, that shit's so crazy. I mean, everybody remembers when Nick Foles fucking took out a goddamn machine gun and sprayed on Nagy at the press conference before the training camp. I mean, yeah, if you weren't fucking there for it, he basically was like, I'm fucking Nick Foles. This offense is bullshit. I'm not fucking going anywhere. They tried to trade him. He said, fuck you. He's like, I'm not going to go anywhere, and I don't trust people. He's like, basically not in so many words, he's basically said, like, they brought me here. The shit was fucking bullshit. and I'm not moving my family in the middle of a fucking pandemic unless I know the people there and I trust the people there. And he's like, fuck it. Fuck you. I'll be the backup quarterback and the backup quarterback, and I'll fucking be a good soldier and I'll do my Nick Foles shit, and maybe I'll get into a fucking game and maybe I won't, but I'm not going to take too many hits and I'm just going to chill. I'm not going to do any press, not going to do anything like that, you know, and he's just going to sit back.
Like, I still got it. Hold my dick.
Well, I guess. I mean, the thing about Foles that
he'll be wherever Peterson lands, probably.
The thing about Foles that I've noticed is he at least can always repeat whatever he does. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they'll try something with Foles and then they'll try it again. You know? Like, whereas I think a lot of times with Trubisky and Fields, like, you see them try something once and then it's like they forgot about it. If it didn't work, they don't try it again.
He was calling that out of shit too, though, clearly.
Yeah, he was audibling at the line.
Yes, he was running shit. And honestly, I think that if Nagy had been fired and Dalton had not been brought in and we just had Foles and Fields and Foles, I mean, fuck it, might as well Foles start. Like,
right.
You know, at least that we would be in such a better situation, and we'd probably be 10-7, you know, or like fucking like.
Ooh. Dude, the early part of this year, this line was so bad, and he took how many hits today, looking like he was running a knee-high maple syrup.
He always does that. That's Foles. Like, that's what's crazy is that, like, you know, Fields gets all this shit about holding the ball too long. Foles is like, Foles holds the ball forever. He holds the fucking ball.
I think 10-7 is a little bit like rich.
Yeah.
I think even if it's the same though, what the fuck does it matter? You spent
$10 million.
You spent $10 million on Dalton when you could have addressed other positions with it.
Well, doesn't that make you wonder what the plan was from the start?
Yeah,
there was no fucking plan. The plan is that they convinced the old man and Ted that they were all now one team, and they did that to fucking keep their jobs. And their plan was, well, we still have this defense. We invested a ton of money in this defense, and if I can just get my precious offense rolling, you know, we just need a veteran quarterback to run the precious offense. And Bill Lazor was like, I know fucking Andy Dalton. And they're like, oh, yeah? And they all bought that shit hook, line, and sinker because they thought, well, if we can just get 9 wins, we're going to keep our jobs again.
They could have done that. They could have had that mindset with Foles, though. I think Pace can't help himself before he drafts a quarterback and has to bring in a free agent just to throw people off the scent. It's a weird thing because we could have re-signed Hoyer back in the day, and we brought in Glennon as one of the highest paid free agent quarterbacks.
Also, though, Nagy and Foles, I think Nagy and Foles are broken. Like, I don't think they can work together for a long period of time.
No, because Foles sees through his shit.
Yeah, Nagy's basically Foles' bitch. I mean, like, you know, Foles
was there when he was just up and coming, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, he knows he's full of shit, and he called him out afterwards, and then, you know, in 2020, he fucking, you know, called out Nagy basically directly through Brian Greasy, and then had the whole thing where he was basically like, shut the fuck up and leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to play football, you nerd. You know, like, fucking, and yelled at him in the sideline. Trubisky's just in the back like, oh my God, yes! Like, you know, like, it's happening! Somebody's taking this. Dude, that was when Trubisky's balls finally dropped.
Well, the thing, too, is...
Saw someone stand up to Nagy?
The thing that sucks, why I'm a little bit pissed off about it, because Justin, from watching somebody on the field, learned more today than he did from Dalton.
Yep. This is a waste of money. It's a waste of $10 million. You're absolutely correct.
And countless other things. I mean, like, the only benefit of the whole Dalton experience gone wrong is that at least that fast-forwarded Nagy's exit.
Yeah.
And I think Foles is a petty motherfucker. I think Foles definitely wanted him to to burn. And he was just like, I'm not going to get jerked around. Like, Foles, if anything, Foles knows he has to be in the right situation. He got paid in Jacksonville. He got hurt. And then he got kind of jerked around Gardner, fucking Minshew took over.
Yep.
You know, he knows what life is like when you don't have a good coaching staff. And
He's got
just
a ring.
fuck it.
He's got a ring and a Super Bowl MVP that says he can do that.
But he doesn't have that here either. That's the thing we were going back and forth on the thread about. It's like, I get that, okay, he wanted to go somewhere where he trusted the coaching staff, but what's worse than sitting here as a third string in a shit broken offense doing nothing? He has limited, but he's getting paid regardless. If we trade him, he's still getting his full pay.
Listen.
I wasn't in that thread. What's going on, fellas?
Yeah, you were in that thread.
If Andy Reid called him and was like, come be the backup, we'll trade for you, he would have gone. If Frank Reich called him and, you know, like the people that were interested, he wasn't interested. And he basically had like a de facto no trade clause. Because, I mean, you know, any player that's got $100 million in the bank can send a whole lot of fuck yous to everyone.
But doesn't he want a better chance to play in the twilight of his career? Would the Jets be a worse position than us?
But you gotta look at it like,
in his defense.
Really?
Philly kind of sucks. It's a shitty place to be.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville kind of sucks. It's a shitty place to be. It could just be that he's happy. His family's finally happy where they're at.
No, but look at the situation.
Fair
I think
point.
too. He got out of Jacksonville, and he was sold a fucking bill of goods. Right? Came here, and unfortunately, he realized very quickly, number one, that he was not really going to get to compete. Partially because of COVID, but partially because there was some shit in the game, and Mitch was basically fucking favored in that competition. Like he even went for it. I mean, Foles was game for it, but there was no way he was going to win. Probably straight up, and there was definitely no way he was going to win, with things the way they were, being all behind because of COVID. So that fucked him up, and he moved his whole family during fucking the pandemic, played the whole season through the pandemic. Then fucking they basically send him a big fat fuck you, and they're like, "We signed Andy Dalton," and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then, and then they draft Fields, and he's like, double what the fuck. So he's like, why the fuck should I help you out?
You should. Yeah, this should. I like this. It's like a live script.
Script.
No,
but no competition. Go ahead, Diddy.
No, it's wild. Our third string quarterback is Nick Foles. Like, it is crazy.
He was brought here to prop Mitch up and say, "Look, Mitch, you beat out a Super Bowl winning quarterback," and boost his confidence.
It was just a fucking hedge their bets. Like, basically, I think how the dynamic went down, and I think this has always kind of been bubbling under the surface, is Pace has always held out hope for Mitch. He always held out hope for Mitch, and Nagy, I think, knew pretty much the time that the rest of us knew, which was like game 1, 2019. That was for me. Yeah, for me, that was the time.
You keep Nagy in your fire Pace, right?
No, but I'm just saying, like, that I think Nagy was wanting to move off of Mitch, and Pace wasn't ready, and the compromise was Foles, because they felt like they could Foles would chill and play the development role, but then he'd also come in if shit went south, and he could do his Foles shit. And, obviously it was a disaster ever since, like, the fucking, one Anthony Miller touchdown and one comeback, and then, like, the Buccaneers game, like, the Foles experience was just like.
Hey, Justin, on a rookie deal, though, I'm keeping Foles as the backup.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say why not.
$3 million cutting him. You only save $3 million by cutting him.
Yeah, right. And you have to get another. I mean, he's also worth a lot. If you can, get him to agree to a trade possibly this year. I mean, look at fucking.
No, I think it's important for Justin too to have some consistency. If you're gonna hire a new coach, at least somebody's familiar with in that room.
And then Justin said the other day, like, it's good to see how the other quarterbacks view the plays too, because he basically said, like, the coaches and the other quarterbacks don't see eye to eye. And Foles, after the game tonight, was asked, what did you say on the sideline in Cleveland? Did you say this offense doesn't work? And he's like, yep. That's what I said. What I meant that day. Like, fucking him and Dalton were watching Fields get murdered. That, I mean, like, how the fuck Nagy still had a job after that shit is unbelievable.
Question for you guys, real quick. Does anybody have an injury chart for Tevin Jenkins like they do for Allen Iverson, and should we have one?
I don't know. What was his injury today?
Shoulder. He went out in the first half.
Jesus.
They moved the immovable line that you just can't change around to make things work. Larry Borum gets kicked out to left tackle.
And Nagy didn't even know what the fuck about any of that. Like, they asked him about Kevin, and he's like, oh, I don't know. Like, and then they're like, why'd you move Borum? He's like, well, he doesn't fucking know. Like,
in his defense, he didn't have a preseason, and then he had to take that jump to play left tackle live. Conditioning wise, you're more dominant with your left. He's used to being more dominant with his right. If he overworked his shit, the shoulder is very possible. I mean,
yeah, it's just more.
I don't know what shoulder though, so I'm just.
It's the one that Ifedi pushed him last game. I think it's Ifedi's fault.
Fuck yeah, fuck Ifedi.
Blame Ifedi.
Seriously, what do you do with this kid, man?
Ifedi sucked.
Coming off a back surgery.
I don't know, Jared. I mean, I don't think you can just make that. I don't think you can make a statement like that right now. You see how long he's out.
Hey, Jared,
what do you do with anybody right now?
Defend your boy Ifedi, bro. He was back and he sucked.
He was terrible.
He's terrible. I don't want to defend him. Fuck that.
Bro, it's a problem when an organization is willing to move
downgrade
off
to a rookie, bro.
But what was Ifedi, like a 6th overall pick or something crazy?
No, he was a first-round pick at left tackle for the Seahawks.
I know, but I'm saying he was like a high pick. He was I'm talking about like a 6th overall pick. Like, he was top 10.
I'm not sure.
If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know about that. Maybe.
He was high. At least top 20,
but
possibly
31st overall.
All right, fine. Then I retract. Move to strike. Move to strike. Still, first round pick. You don't. It's not a good thing when teams move off of first round picks. It usually doesn't work out.
By a C hair, yes.
And he played better guard in Seattle than he ever did at tackle.
Right, but he played a lot at tackle.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it was never like, oh, yes, Ifedi. Like, that guy was always like a stopgap. Just like another fucking dumpster dive.
He also played better. He played better when there were guys that weren't as mobile. His big knock on him was he couldn't hold up for Russ. So you put him in there with Fields, he's not going to be good.
Yeah, but now he's just getting straight ripped. Like, it's not that. Like, it's not like, oh, he can't hold on extra long. He can't hold on at all.
He had both, so no, I agree.
The reason I made the statement the way I made the statement about the offensive line is why in the fuck can you not? Who does Alex Bars have to kill to get to be on the offensive line?
Bro,
where was Thomas Green?
How do we get Daniels back to center? It's this constant bullshit. I mean, I want to be happy about winning. Yes, we won. But it's like you see potential in so many other players, and this coaching staff just refuses.
The thing is, Jerry, you got Daniels on a contract year, right? So you got Bars locked up for a little while longer. You know you can plug him in if Daniels doesn't work out, but you really have to be able to
play him at center if you want.
What I'm saying with Daniels and his injury history, you have to get a full evaluation to see if you're going to extend him or not. You have to see it on the field.
Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot to do right now. He did not have a very good. He didn't have a good game tonight.
No, but there's times when he has to like block off the guy in front of him where it's like he's whiffing hard.
It's just rough.
He sucks. All these guys suck. Like, I saw some fucking, like pace honks out there defending, if he fucking, if all these home runs that he really hit out of the park, like Thomas Graham and Jalen Johnson and fucking, like, come on. He doesn't hit shit out of the park. Roquan is who he's supposed to be because he was a number 8 overall pick. You pick a fucking linebacker at 8, he is playing like that. Awesome. That's not a fucking like, okay, you get a little check mark next year. None of these other guys are fucking anything. Komet, the jury's still out. Sorry. He's trending up at this point.
He had a better game today.
Trending up is how I would put it. His arrow is now pointing up. There was times where it was down. I believe his arrow is now pointing up. Jalen Johnson, arrow pointing up. But, you know, Thomas Graham, I mean, you just got here. I don't know.
It's 2 games.
Meanwhile, Buster Screen is winning games for the Titans, by the way. What the fuck? I didn't even know he was on the Titans. Next thing you know, fucking Vrabel's like, in Rabbit, we're giving the game ball to Rabbit. I'm like, who the fuck is Rabbit? Buster Screens in Tennessee got nicknames, winning games. I mean, we can't fucking buy him.
Khalil Herbert, I would say, is a hit so far.
I guess.
At the one position that Pace has been good at offense.
Right, but he was. They said today he was our last 100-yard rusher.
Bro, this guy said he hit it out of the park. You know.
I mean, for a 6th-round pick, that's pretty damn good value. I'm a big Pace hater, but I do think that's pretty damn good value. Now, the shitty thing is you give Darnell Mooney the exact amount of carries that you gave Khalil Herbert today.
Yeah, which is just stupid. Like, stop it with that. You want to make. I mean, that's why it sucks that Jakeem Grant is hurt.
Playing the Cohen role.
Because I just feel like they're trying to.
Yeah, the Patterson thing's rough because they expected Cohen to be healthy. Grant's played pretty well. As far as our team, I don't think he's. I think we've been able to supplement for him.
The thing about Patterson is like a lot of people tried to unlock Patterson for a long time, and then everybody saw that one game for New England where there were no running backs left, and he had that great game, and that was like most of his running back.
What's Atlanta doing?
Atlanta's fucking terrible. Like
they're a game out of the wild card.
They're better than us.
Hey, we're not even in the hunt there, bud.
Did they end up beating the Lions today, Atlanta?
They did. They hung on.
They were losing to the Lions. I'm just saying, like, okay, it's cool that Cordarrelle's good. Great. You know what I mean?
That's where you're at when he's most of your offense. If he's doing so great.
Like, I mean, it's definitely a Nagy. It's definitely a shit on Nagy moment that he couldn't get more out of Cordarrelle. I mean, one of the worst calls in football that I've ever seen in my life was fucking 4th and 1 where Cordarrelle's literally the single back.
And everybody knew.
Like everybody in the fucking world knew he was getting the handoff. You didn't even have a formation where any other type of fake was possible. And your ass was like, yeah, let's do this. Like, what the I mean,
bro, I'm so tired of seeing the Wildcat, and then you got Montgomery, who's played quarterback in his life before. Like, at least pose a threat of a throw once in a while if you're going to run it. The guy can throw the ball.
They don't get, I mean, it's just everything's so fucking half.
I hate seeing the formation because it's just going to be a run. They don't do anything else out of it.
Everything's so fucking half-baked.
The only reason they do is to get a lead blocker out there in front of them.
It's just fucking corn. You know, like,
and even then, I mean, you got JT's video. What'd you see?
I didn't watch this shit.
I don't even want to talk about it, man. Shit was popping up. No. Like, the run game coordinator's trash. I think it's Castillo, right?
It's Juan, yeah.
They make things so complicated. Nagy, it's like Nagy. I'm not gonna discount the fact that he's a smart guy, but he's too smart for his own good. Where like there's so much shifting and bullshit going on to accomplish something you could accomplish very simply. And when you see it, the all 22 is hard to access. But when you start digging into it, man, it's like there's so much motion. Why? Like you're throwing your own guys off with your fucking bullshit.
Well, and they don't really do it to disguise. It's just, I don't know, there's just so much.
The motion was to help. I mean, especially early on in the season with Fields, the motion is so he can better determine if they're in man or zone coverage.
But what ends up happening is you motion people into the box.
Correct.
Right.
How's that working?
It doesn't work.
Oh, not good.
No. So
well, and then you also have to fucking choose. And then smart defenses
Miami
are wise to that.
That's
like it's like Michael Liebring says, when has the Wildcat ever worked? And in the
Miami?
Dolphin, yeah, Fucking
Jared, does he
yeah.
have your profile pic on? As
That's
his
my
avatar?
tag team
That's his-
champion.
that's his
brother.
boy.
Oh,
That's
okay.
my
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
That's my
Shout
buddy.
out.
Call him the
Shout out.
exterminator.
Yeah, it's the exterminator.
I mean,
Literally.
the thing about it is that no amount of like deception or misdirection works unless you can establish something. And
There's just
Nagy
no
has
need for it. If
Nagy
anything,
has continually failed to establish anything,
This
so it
whole
doesn't
tipping
fucking
Justin-
matter. Like
tipping
you
Justin
can-
off to what the defense is doing, though, like let him figure it out post snap.
bro, just have a better
That's
play.
development. Like you don't
Right,
need.
but the
to tip
defenses
every
are
time.
wise to that, and so they fucking trick you. Like they'll
They don't even
they'll
move
still
around,
stay
bro.
in zone, but they'll react man to the motion just to fuck with you, and then they'll drop right back into zone. Like if we know this shit about how the fucking the offense is trying to make the defense show their hand, you better believe the defense knows that shit.
Well, in a good offense, the guy shifting is actually a fucking threat. The way Nagy runs it, the guy shifting ain't doing shit.
No, it's just garbage. Like it's like maybe just run better plays more often. I don't know. It's just been such a fucking horror show. Like honestly, like for most of this
Daz
game,
Newsome today, which I really liked because his first catch in that second effort, like that was nice to see.
Yo, I mean, I would have been so much happier with fucking Daz Newsome and Rodney Adams than Allen Robinson and fucking Goodwin. Who the fuck are these guys? Goodwin with his fucking
done some. I mean, he's been
dude. When like week 5?
Caught his first pass since Thanksgiving tonight.
Yeah, fucking
Christmas.
forget that guy.
He only plays on holidays, bro.
hasn't even
Forget
hurt
that
yet.
guy. Like he's just all fucking talk. Mr. Talk to the camera, fucking mugging for the camera. It's big. Every fucking time the Bears glom onto a guy and he becomes the PR darling, shit never works
Just
out.
hyped him up too much. Look at his career. This is who he's been. Like
I know, but we
he's-
fucking love to do that shit. We love to hype the fuck out of people. Robinson has given up on this organization, says Justin. Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Feelings mutual.
Oh, I think he clearly has. I don't
in the
think he even.
offseason, yeah.
I think they told him to stay home today.
Told a lot of people to stay home today.
I don't know, man. I mean, we've been out on
from a business standpoint, though, and this is a business. Like, wouldn't you?
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I
From a
franchise
business
tag.
standpoint, I'd want to go out and try and produce so I could actually maybe save some of the money.
Yeah,
that I've
he
lost
needs
this
some
season.
better tape. Like, I mean, the whole
What's
like.
he gonna produce here?
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
blocking effort would be one. I
Yeah.
would like to see him finish out some fucking blocks so that his level of effort is not questioned by the next employer. I think there's things that he can't control that he can put on tape. Okay, the ball's not coming his way. Is that his fault? Or is it because he's being asked to run static routes every fucking time?
Or you could
I'm
still
not
get
even a Rob guy. I'm just saying there's stuff that he could do out there.
I'm not
that
gonna.
would value.
He's done availability wise until this year. He's been pretty decent.
At this point, he is just banking on the fact that his name has value in this, in the upcoming offseason against the other free agent names.
And he's on COVID right
And
now. Anyway.
and guess what just happened?
He's out
Charles
on COVID.
Godwin tore his ACL.
Yeah.
So that's a guy
A-Rob. I'm
that
talking about A-Rob.
that I understand, but he's looking at the offseason and the free agent market. And he says, okay, Kenny Gallup, Godwin, whoever,
Michael Gallup.
me, like that's the way he's looking at it. Mike Williams, I think might be out there.
Yep.
Like
Devontae, maybe. Probably.
he sees himself, maybe Devontae Adams, but that's obviously if it's Devontae Adams and then everybody else, if that happens.
It might end up like an Alshon deal where he thinks way too highly of himself. He'll get a 1 year.
I agree. I think he will, but I also think someone is going to pay him. Someone stupid will crack open a 4-year, $100 million deal for him.
He'll have to
with
hold
like-
out. He'll have
you
to hold
know,
out until he
with
gets
like
injured for that kind of money.
with like maybe 60 million guaranteed. I guarantee you he can still get that.
You can
Like-
run shit routes, you can do all that, but you can still find a way to get open and catch the ball. And when it's thrown to you, He's had a few drops this year that he doesn't normally have.
Listen,
And he
like,
doesn't gain separation. He doesn't box out.
The only thing he could win from is it's a weak wide receiver free agency, and if Devontae signs early, and it's a high number, he might have.
He looks at himself as a top 5 guy, and Godwin just went down.
Because what are they talking? $30 million a year for Devontae?
Oh yeah.
So 25. I mean, if he.
I mean, A-Rob. I think A-Rob was offered like 19, and he probably only got. My guess is they offered him somewhere around 3 years, 70 million, and probably 45 guaranteed, and he didn't want that because he thinks he's a 5-year guy. Probably he thinks he's a 4-year, $120 million, not 120, $105 million, or like a 5-year,
him not being in the lineup right now is beneficial long term because we're able to see other guys.
And what a catch by Mooney to start that drive in the fourth quarter. He didn't go down. He fought. He got another 15 yards just for fighting.
What a catch
just to bring it back to the game today. Yes.
A-Rob should know that we can fucking tell when he's not putting in effort because we remember what it looked like when he did, and he was catching everything from Mitch.
Yep.
Like, it's not just Justin. You know what I mean? Like, and a lack of chemistry.
Right.
Shit. He looked pretty good for Chase Daniel. I just, it's just painfully obvious that he's checked out.
Right.
Like,
that catch by Burgiddy was pretty amazing today.
Amazing.
It's one of the best. I put it out there, and Jack Silverstein put out some comps to it because I really could not think of a better game-ending catch by a Bear. Period.
The only one in memory that I've seen, like catch-wise, probably Santonio Holmes in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Devin,
and that's just overall.
He was wide open. He was wide open on that one, though.
Oh, yeah, sure, but
no, Devin. I'm talking about the Jared Devin Aromashue game.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this was probably one of
the
best
that's what he fucking had.
I'm sorry, like I'm not even looking at it as a Bears fan. Like
it was an insane play. I mean, it was absolutely insane. Like,
I will say this, probably the best 2-point conversion to end a game catch in NFL history.
Right.
Yeah.
So on a Sunday, end of Sunday.
Third is Dwight Clark now, is what we're saying.
No, 2-point.
I mean, like, these are not
a little window.
It's still, the bar is very low. I mean, don't get it twisted. It's still the fucking Bears, so it's like, on a team where fucking, like literally Jack Silverstein, who's a Bears historian, like legitimately Bears historian, does shit for Windy City Gridiron, Chicago sports, like does amazing threads on Twitter, fucking dope ass guy. The catches he brought up are fucking Tom Waddle, Aroma Shadu, Harlan Hill. Huh?
I was shouting out Jer.
Harlan Hill, which is like fucking from the 40s.
And that was a game. That was a game tying one, right? The Harlan.
Yes,
Hill
it was a game tying one.
Second to Waddle.
Yeah, exactly.
One of Waddle's 9 career touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like it was fucking insane. And what's crazy is, so he said 90, Waddle 92, Anderson 90, which I'm not sure I know what that is.
Did he bring up James Allen's catch in overtime? Or
no.
Did he send it to overtime? That was a good catch.
Aroma Shadu and Lada 77. All exciting, but nowhere near the degree of difficulty.
Yeah.
Because Aroma
Forte's catch in that comeback with Cuddy.
Well, that was what I brought up. That was what I brought up.
For a running back was a hell of a catch.
Yep.
That's what I brought up. But I think and Jared, we know you were at that game, and I think like the most exciting part about that play was that Jay dropped the snap and had to pick it up, and it made the degree of difficulty greater.
He had about the same amount of receivers that Foles had today. I mean, there was nobody.
Right. I mean, that was an awesome play, and that was the first one that came to mind because it was a game winner too. Like this was basically game over. Like this was like a walk off. That shit doesn't. Number one, that doesn't happen for the Bears. It doesn't happen with throwing ever. Like, I mean, we're just so starved for fucking actual.
Cuddy had some wow moments, man. Like, let's not act like the Hail Marys. Like, there was some once in a while he'd pull one out of his ass.
I understand that, but they were all balanced by pick sixes and fucking pull your hair out moments.
Sure. The spin move by Brandon Marshall. That's one of the catches I always remember from that era.
Well, and then there's whatever the
one-hander in San Francisco,
the Favre game.
Alshon was making some catches back then too.
Yep.
Just like
there's the Packers game, and the
over Minnesota.
What about the Zach Miller one-handed on the slant that Jay bulleted in there that he caught?
That was early in the game.
That wasn't a game winner?
No, that was early. I'm pretty sure.
I'm just saying there hasn't been much, but that was still fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, fuck yeah.
We're reaching for the 10 good throws we've seen.
Luckily,
Christmas weekend we needed a W, man. We were starving for a W.
He's so lucky that his knee hit before his hand hit because it was close.
Bro, but then he held it with one hand going down. Like, that's insane.
Smartest thing he ever did. He kept it away from
But,
everybody.
like, just to be able to do that while falling onto your knee is insanity.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, the presence of mind to say that my only chance is to fucking hold this ball out at arm's length as tight as I fucking can while I drop to the ground because those motherfuckers were trying to pick him up and carry him out of the back of the end zone, basically. So he was like, no, I have to just drop straight down onto my knee, and I can't pull the ball in because I'll fucking drop it. So I'm going to hold it out like this. What the fuck? That was crazy.
It was great to see, too, because this is a guy a lot of us expected a lot more out of this season. Yeah. So it was cool to see him get involved like that, man.
And honestly, like, that's the thing that Foles has always done is Foles just throws it up and he lets dudes make plays.
Sure.
And he trusts that where he throws it, the guys are going to be. And that's still where Fields is not at. That's not where Trubisky ever got. Like, there's still, like,
well, he found a weak link with that cornerback with the pass interferences, too. He was playing headsy today, man. It was nice to see. Like, just old veteran just doing his thing.
Just saying, like, if you know the offense, whatever the offense is, or at least you know – I mean, you could draw it up on your fucking hand like after school football. It'd just be like, dude, be here, and if you know the speed of the guy, like Foles just fucking throws it up and lets dudes make plays. And then he also had a great knack of hitting the underneath guy, whether it's Montgomery or Kmet, and it seemed like shit, like we had, I mean, what was it, that screen?
I think it was a screen that actually worked.
Yeah, like that was crazy. Like, and it was against a blitz. Like, it was like, oh my god, that's how screens are supposed to work.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's been another flaming indictment of Nagy is that we can't get a screen to work.
No, but Cole is up to 53 receptions, so I'm expecting my whiskey anytime now.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Sprinkling 3 or 4 touchdowns. That's a typical Kyle Rudolph year. It's really not that bad.
I'll take Kyle Rudolph compared to what we've had.
Yeah,
do you think Justin Fields gets those PI calls if he throws that ball instead of Nick Foles?
Yes.
Legit question. I don't think he does.
I don't know.
Pass interference ones, I think he does.
He sure should when he got.
You can make an argument for the late hits or the roughing the passer for sure.
The roughing the passer that was called today, if that's Justin Fields, he ain't getting that call.
Yeah, so I don't know why that matters really, but like,
it's gonna matter.
You've been away for a couple weeks, AA. We just say random things now in no sequential order, just so you know.
No,
that's always how it's been.
I'm trying to follow. I'm trying.
No, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about why you were saying it. It's like I just wonder. Do you think he gets that call? And I just don't think he does.
I don't know. Do you think that the Bears win this game if Fields plays?
Probably not.
And why do we say that? Because of what we believe Foles was doing in terms of changing
It's not a knock
plays.
on Fields. It's a knock on
Yeah.
Nagy. We were actually thrown on first down today.
It's kind of a knock on Fields, though.
I mean,
Hopefully it is. No, it's
Foles
legit.
only had a $140 up until that last drive. It's not like
Right.
Foles was playing out of his mind.
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think if Fields is healthy, I think maybe he does win this game. And maybe that's just me. I don't want to feel the opposite.
Seattle's defense is vulnerable against the pass, man.
Yeah.
So I don't see. I can't
Foles
really say
reads the
Fields
defense
won.
better. I'm sorry.
What?
Foles reads
Of
it.
course he reads the defense better. He's a 10-year
And faster. He calls a sit down route on that drive instead of because they showed 3 across and the safety bails, but he gives it up on a pre-snap and he does one of these, telling the receiver to sit down. That's stuff that Foles can do. That Fields can't yet. He just can't.
Of course, but that's why you play Fields now, so he can learn that stuff. I don't think he's learned anything like that sitting on the bench.
Oh no, what he's saying is we would have won with Fields.
So a couple things I think that were interesting this week is that Riddick went on and was talking about fucking Nagy, and he basically said that Nagy knows what's coming. Like, I'm surprised it didn't get more reported on, but he basically said like Nagy knows what's coming, and the more you think about it, the way he's been acting the last couple of weeks, getting all pissed off in the previous game and acting like a psycho, and then the way he was tonight, talking about he knows his fucking time is up.
Yeah,
he went on to say after that, that's not just because Matt's my friend doesn't mean I wouldn't. Basically, kind of summing it up, basically saying that wouldn't deter me from taking the job.
No, it's professional. I mean, it's business. Like, they understand that. And the thing about it is that Matt will be fine. He may have to take a step back.
He'll go work for Doug Peterson.
He might have to, but he might even have to go to college. He might have to go be in college. He might go be the offensive coordinator for fucking, Alabama, and then next thing you know, he's back in the league. I mean, that's how Alabama's like the fucking rehab for wayward offensive coordinators now. Like, you go there with Nick Saban, and you fucking reinvent your whole career.
The anime gets a job, he's right back in KC.
God, you really think like just right back? Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like there's a little stink on him right now. Like, I think he's gonna have to take like a professional timeout.
No, he knows how to run the read offense. He just doesn't have the horses for it.
Anymore though, like fuck. I mean, he could probably make more money in college. Like, do you understand what fucking head coaches are going to be paid in the NFL now when Mel Tucker makes $10 million a year to be the head coach of Michigan State? Like, NFL coaches are going to be making $25 million a year, like the best ones.
Yeah. Gruden really set a new bar with that.
And that was only 10. Yeah. Mel Tucker got the same deal. Remember how insane we thought the Gruden 10-year, $100 million was? Yeah. Mel Tucker just got that shit. 10 years. It's like a hockey contract. Except like in hockey, it would be like 10 years, $8 million.
Brian Kelly got more in LSU, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
He did, but not that much more. Not to where you think like commensurate. I mean, shit, Mel Tucker. That's the same Mel Tucker that had like one of the worst Bears defenses.
There's NFL coaching money. There's Big Ten coaching money. Then there's SEC coaching money.
Right.
And then there's Delaware coaching money, which is where he might go.
Maybe. I mean, that'd be smart. If I was him, I would do that shit in a heartbeat.
He'll just have to move the playhouse down the road, and him and Helfrich.
Yeah, but his ego's too large. I think
they did it. You know what? I don't know that. I don't know if his ego is that large in a traditional sense.
He's failed. He never made the NFL. I think that's the ultimate pinnacle for him.
I think he has. Like, it's almost like, I don't know, like, to call him egotistical almost makes it sound like too nefarious. Like, I feel like he's
got a smartest man complex. He just feels like he's got to make it. He's gonna outsmart you.
I don't know. Like, I think he really only knows one. He has one set of data that he's really certain about.
Yeah, damn, they're the same contract. 10-year, $95 million for both of them. Sorry. Just looked that up.
No, that's crazy. Well, when you think about it, though,
Kelly?
LSU wins the national championship and then fires their coaches like 2 seasons later. Like,
wrong.
yeah. But like, back to
That's
Nagy,
Nagy,
like I really feel like Nagy's brain isn't. I think he really only knows one way to do things. And I think he overcompensates about that because he knows that if he can't get that thing to work, he has nothing.
What do you think? He's forced Nagy? I don't know much.
Right. Well, kind of. I mean, it's I mean, I just feel like, he was so dogged about that, and he just kept trying to make his shit work because he doesn't have anything else. Like, he literally doesn't know anything else. And
you might be correct.
I mean, and then he was like, and then he realized too late. Well, maybe I can just be the head coach, And it's like, no, bro, you can't.
Fairly young head coach, first job in a football organization. He knows more about the X's and O's than anybody else in the fucking building. And you got Pace trying to be the head of what football is here. And he's just learning on the fly too. It's been 7 fucking years, but it's just the structure, man. To put to even bring a young head coach in for the first time as a head coach with that structure in place, it's not set up for like long-term success.
Here's the thing, though, is that like,
and I'm not Nagy's his own worst enemy. I'm not taking. Right. He needs.
John's brought up something interesting too about that. Talking about just those kind of organizational failures. And I think he brought up the fact that the quarterback, the GM, and the head coach have never came in lockstep. They're always a year off. Like they drafted Trubisky with Pace, but no coach.
Right.
And to just go into the history of what we do, they were saying, I think Briggs was saying that Marinelli was planning on staying, and he recommended freaking guy from that's coaching Tampa now, Arians.
Yeah.
Marinelli was going to stay on staff, and he recommended Arians, and Trestman was his number 3 guy. When they hired Trestman, Marinelli said, "Fuck you." These are the things. They don't even listen to the football people.
Right.
No. They fucking think they know better, and it's like they don't know shit. And they haven't. And Ted Phillips has not gotten better at his job in God knows how long, in fucking 3 decades. Like, we are worse than the fucking Lions when it comes down to it. Like,
there's one to fire now.
Financially,
who's getting fired.
Oh, financially.
Wait, what was the question, Biscuits?
If you could only fire one today, Pace or Nagy, who would you fire?
Nagy, in a heartbeat. Nagy.
But then, so if you fire Nagy,
just today though, and you could still fire somebody later on if you want.
Anybody?
The hypothetical would be you move forward with the other party.
I get to fire anybody.
I was meaning it between Pace and Nagy, but go ahead, Jer.
Oh, Ted Phillips.
Oh yeah, that's a given. I'm saying if you only had the choice, if you could fire either Ryan Pace or Matt Nagy, you fire one, you have to move forward with the other. Who are you getting rid of today?
I marry Pace, I fuck Nagy, and I kill Ted.
That's what we're playing. Fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
Probably say Nagy out of the 2 of them, but like.
But then you're committing to Pace for another hire for another 3 years.
Yeah.
Or you fire Pace, you let the new GM come in and decide Nagy's fate. Worst comes to worst, you have a
you didn't give me the C. If you gave me the C option, yes. Because you need Pace out as soon as possible so you can get the new GM in here to work on the upcoming class.
So there's 2 schools of thought with regard to the Pace stays scenario. One is that he moves up and he fails up.
No.
Right. But to them, they don't view it that way. They don't view it as failure because they got that hallway with the lights in it. And the juice bar. George really loves the fucking juice bar. So like that's the scenario. And then they stay in house with Champ Kelly, who also gets to fail up. and everybody, and then Nagy goes, and probably most of the coaching staff goes, except for maybe Desai, because I feel like he's not allowed to leave for some reason. Because, they'll just hold on to him, because he's been there for 9 years, even though they just now realized it. Oh, is there anybody who's been here for a long time that we should have hired? Who's a Staley kid? Or they bring in the other Pace Days scenario is this, that they bring in someone above him who I don't know, but somebody above him to be the president of football operations, and they allow him to stay for a year and evaluate him. Which again is like that half-stepping bullshit that you were talking about, Jared. They leave, they stick fucking Emery with Lovey, and they fucking, and Jay. You know what I mean? It's just they're not willing, and this is why Pace won't get fired, is because they're so afraid of cutting the whole thing off and starting over.
And even when they do that with Pace and Fox, they force Fox onto Pace. They don't even let him choose.
Right.
If you choose to believe that,
I believe it.
Choose it.
I believe it because of the timing of all that shit. Remember, nobody thought Fox was pairing it. Nobody thought Fox was going to be available.
Yeah,
that wasn't. And then of course he's like, they already had the ball rolling, or I don't know if I think they may have already hired Pace at that point. So he was already going, and of course he was like, "Oh shit! Well, this is a no-brainer. That's my boy."
Well, Fox needed to happen just because Pace needed a guy like Fox in the building. Fox also brought Fangio, so
right.
Yeah,
I mean,
study the culture back.
Fox,
and that's why we'll end up with Jim Caldwell after this.
Yeah, or Leslie Frazier. These are the boring, fucking.
Without Fox being brought in. 18, that magical year it was for us, wouldn't have happened because Fangio wouldn't have been here.
Jim Caldwell, if he was hired, would be the most successful coach to ever have been hired by the Bears by far.
Why? What?
Because he's won a Super Bowl.
I mean, he did get the Lions to 9 wins. That should be a coaching award there.
His years with the Colts. These years where the Colts are nothing to sneeze at.
For the record, I did not want Jim Caldwell.
He didn't win a Super Bowl as a head coach.
As a head coach?
He did.
No.
Jim Caldwell? No.
Wasn't he? He was a D coordinator though on that team.
Baltimore, wasn't he?
No, but he won this when the fucking he's won Super Bowls as a coach.
On a coaching staff. We have that as a quarterback coach.
He was the quarterback's coach of the 06 Colts. We know fucking that one.
We have a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
And he was offensive coordinator of the 2012 Ravens. Those are the 2 Super Bowls.
That's pretty fucking good.
Quarterback coach.
That's the Joe Flacco year where he was going on his last part of his contract, right? 2012.
Yeah, that's when Joe Flacco went on the heater. That one I'll give to him. I mean, I don't know how much quarterback coaching he was doing with Manning in 2006, but that pretty much just coached itself. Yeah, no, I don't want Jim Caldwell. That would be very disappointing.
Yeah.
That's Caldwell talk.
But it's very Bears. I mean, don't you think?
Oh, 100%. That's why I said it.
I mean, and then people are kicking around this idea of Sean Payton.
I don't think that Sean Payton would mesh with Fields well. And I think that what makes Jim Caldwell a possible reality is his calm demeanor on the outside. Unlike Nagy, where he's a psychopath in his headset. He went
11-5 in Detroit. 11-5, 7-9, 9-7, 9-7.
Dude, Detroit was as soon as Patricia showed his colors, people in Detroit were like, "We wish we had Caldwell back." Yep. They would have killed to have Caldwell back.
It's a guy, man.
You could do a lot worse, but it's a lame ass Bears choice. And if they do it, I'm not gonna fucking bang a drum and be excited. If Pace stays put, as the GM or fails up or whatever the fuck, and then they sign Caldwell. It's gonna be like, wow.
It's just rehashing his shit, bringing in John Fox.
Yep. Exactly.
What
Like
if it
that-
works though?
Boston Diddy has sold me on the plan.
But what about Leslie Frazier?
His offense hasn't been looking good the last 2 weeks. So
Leslie Frazier's offense?
no,
Defense.
Josh McDaniels.
Oh,
McDaniels.
Yeah, still.
What about Leslie Frazier?
2 weeks to sour Josh McDaniel's stellar track record.
I'm not there, but you know how it is.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Leslie. I'd rather have Leslie Frazier than Caldwell.
I think I'd rather have Caldwell. Shockingly.
Nah,
Caldwell probably.
Oh,
because-
what we've always said, everything is about Justin, right? And granted, I agree. Hire a head coach. Don't just hire someone for the quarterback. Between those two guys specifically, yeah, I think I would lean Caldwell for that reason. I'm going back on what I said.
But the reason you
You
say
know-
hire for the quarterback though is because he's going to put people around the quarterback for him to be successful, which in turn makes the whole fucking offense successful.
I know the thing that everybody's saying now is don't go with the quarterback, just what you said, or the coordinator, excuse me.
No.
Don't make it all about the quarterback for the head coach hire. But man, it's hard to deny what Greg Roman was able to do with fucking guys like Huntley.
Josh Johnson today.
Yeah, even I'm just saying, you see an offense where anybody that comes into it seems to be able to operate it as long as they have a decent skill set. That's impressive to me.
That's a
and
good argument.
that's the kind of thing that matters to me is when I see a coordinator like McDaniel, who should be top of our list, but we know that because of our stupid ownership, that's probably not the case.
Yeah.
But guys
I don't
who
know.
are adaptable and they can literally just, change the
That's
offense to the talent and make it so that guys can operate it.
Or you find a guy that has been under Roman for a long time, that can
Right.
that understands what he's doing.
Right. So you hire the head coach guy and then you go pluck the coordinator down. We clowned the fucking coach hire in Green Bay, and we couldn't have been more wrong.
Well,
It's
Aaron
supposed to be
Rodgers.
Green Bay, yeah.
I agree, but it's not just he has put in a whole different offense, and it wasn't even easy. Rodgers fought him on it.
Yeah.
Go watch that Kansas City game, then you tell me what you think about his offense then.
One
Without
game,
Aaron Rodgers.
Jordan Love's first start. I think it's hard to point at that and say he's
he's a fucking good coach, and the things that they've done in the run game and different things, and changing Rodgers, a
He
little
has
bit.
made
and letting
Aaron,
him-
he made Aaron Rodgers work. I will give him that.
They go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. They really
No,
do.
but they changed it because what is he fucking? They are now a multiple team, a team that can do different things, whereas they really
With Aaron
weren't
Rodgers.
before.
With Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, of course,
Can't do
Of
it with Jordan
course.
Love.
because Jordan Love sucks.
Yep. Quarterback makes a difference, doesn't it?
Remember
Well,
when Adam
look
Gase?
at-
Remember
but-
when Adam Gase made Peyton Manning work and actually got he had quite a career off of that.
He made
Fuck
Jay
off,
work.
bro.
Now you parlayed it into a job. Made Jay look good.
Yeah, think how much cocaine Adam Gase got out of that situation. So much.
He got it from that Miami offensive line coach down there.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
But he would never got that job if it wasn't for Jay.
Nope.
That's JB sending out boxes of meat and blow.
I just hope the Steelers fire Mike Tomlin because that would be the dude.
That's not happening.
100%.
You know how stupid they'd have to be? I would take Tomlin in a heartbeat.
Yep.
I would give Tomlin the whole keys to the castle.
Yeah.
10-year, $20 million a year. I don't give a fuck. Go for it.
And
Pittsburgh
Diddy said it
brought
multiple
that-
times. Ozzie Newsome, blank check.
Lance
Well,
Bridges
yeah,
wrote
the
a
president.
Bozzy today. I'm like, oh shit, has he been tuning in?
Who
No,
brought
I-
up Ozzy?
Lance
Briggs.
Briggs brought him up today, but
Oh, yeah.
I would like to just have him as a consultant, just to. That would be the guy I would like to see.
They won't listen. That's the whole thing. Is you can have consultants, but it doesn't matter who's writing
Well,
the checks. Who's
Dude, I'd have
making
him in the
decisions.
building to use the bathroom. Just get him inside the building.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Just checking. Chris Ballard looks pretty fucking good lately. I'll tell you that much.
Oh no!
He's
I
looking
heard
pretty
Chris
smart.
Ballard sucked.
No,
It
yeah,
was
that's
terrible.
right. Bears Twitter said he sucked.
Someone told me that.
Yeah, Chris Ballard fucking was the only guy that tell them what was up, and they're like, "Nah, we suck, so you can't have the job."
You got to give him credit also on the coaching hire because that was his backup plan when things blew up.
Yo, like his backup plan is better than any plan A the Bears have ever had. Like, literally, like Ballard's backup fucking like kills anything that the Bears have ever come up with.
I hate it that it's that true.
It is very true.
Yeah, and then Frank Reich was like, "Oh, let me call 5 guys in my phone. Here's the coordinators."
No, he already had those in place if they wanted.
Oh, that's right. The coordinators stayed, right? They talked him into staying. How about that?
And that's what Josh McDaniels built. Just throwing that out there. He built that staff.
Right.
And then abandoned them.
You still put him in a better place. That's what happens.
Oh, he can come build a staff here. You know, I'm fully on board with that.
But he thought they were. But here's the thing: is that McDaniel backed out because he thought the Colts were disorganized, and he didn't like. He didn't. But he thought the Colts were disorganized. He didn't like the way they were running some shit. Like from an organizational,
wasn't his decision, like that kind of
just all that stuff. He had problems with lack of control, and he didn't feel like they were organized with some things. Can you imagine him getting to the Bears?
And Kraft had talked to him too, right before that whole thing went down, and I think he upgraded his pay significantly. Maybe was promised keys to the kingdom after.
Right, which is what's going to happen with Kellen Moore. Like Jerry Jones is not letting Kellen Moore leave. He's going to give him the assistant head coach title. He's going to give him a fucking ton of money, and he's going to tell McCarthy that in 2 years his ass is out. Like, you know, that's it.
I think that would be the worst hire we could make too.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the Kellen Moore thing. Like,
not unless we get Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, that offensive line.
McCarthy's an offensive coach. Let's not blow it out of proportion.
He is.
You know,
Her defense is playing pretty good.
But McCarthy only succeeded because he had Aaron Rodgers.
The best thing that ever happened to fucking the Cowboys defense was getting rid of that bum Jalen Smith.
Agreed.
The key to success is shedding Notre Dame defensemen.
Who I think is now with the Giants, I believe. Just signed last week.
He signed with somebody. He signed again with somebody. Somebody took a flyer on him.
It'll be
his get right game against us next week.
This is coming out.
Yo, I was watching that Browns game, and I was sitting there seriously thinking, I think Mitch Trubisky would be better in this offense than Baker Mayfield.
He absolutely would.
He's going to get a starting job again.
Mitch wasn't good, but he didn't turn the ball over at the same rate that Mayfield.
No, because you could easily have Mitch run that Stefanski offense. It's just Baker making this retarded.
You just want to see him brought home to his childhood team.
I mean, they either need to do something like that or they got to trade for Russell Wilson.
AA's feeling nostalgic.
Boy, how do you feel about Russell Wilson right now after what we just watched? That's
just having a down year.
The 2 sacks he took were terrible. Can't take those.
But he always does that.
Down year.
That's always how he has every game he plays in, even when he has 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, there's a couple moments where you're like, what the fuck?
They're starting running backs out. DK is not 100%. Like, there's other shit going on, too. I mean, Lockett just came back today, right?
Yep.
He's been out, too.
Yeah. Is there any good teams in the NFL? I mean, I hate to say it, maybe the Packers.
Chiefs, dude. Chiefs. The Chiefs defense is playing great. The offense is back to what it used to be. Anybody that's talking.
Arizona's back to being Arizona.
I guess.
Lord Brady and the Bucks will rise again.
The Bills might be sneaky if they get hot. They're just like they're on and off. But you're the dirtiest Brady lover ever, Biscuits. Like, it's disgusting. Like, you know,
going for 8.
Yeah, you got like a Brady mushroom stamp tattoo on your neck or something. Like, Fucking, they don't have enough shit. They're out of shit. They're not winning the Super Bowl with.
mean,
Dude,
fucking,
he's won with less than New England, skill player wise.
I mean, I
He'll
can
be
see
back. He'll be
I
back.
can see a scenario anyway. I can see like a scenario.
why do you even want that? Like the fact that you want to see more Brady. Like I don't need to see any more Brady ever. I'm
He
done.
doesn't want to see the Packers win. I think that's
Exactly. It's the break glass in case of emergency option.
Here's what I'm going to say. You can make an argument for probably any team that makes the playoffs has an argument right now.
I think it's
it has been.
I think it's kind of a shitty argument too because the Patriots had 19 guys out, most of them on defense last year, the first year without Brady. This is the talent of this team without Brady, and Mac Jones is not that good.
Yeah,
it's not like Brady left his shit squad.
The Patriots went out and spent tons of money. That's a whole new team they got.
But I also meant it just from a skill player position because I thought we were talking about Fournette going out, Evans being out, Godwin being out.
Yes.
He doesn't have a lot to work with. Well, he's won with less skill player talent, dude. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Like straight up right now with the teams they got, you taking Rams?
Deion Branch. Is Deion Branch better than Antonio Brown?
Okay. You taking straight up games played with the current rosters, injuries and all. You taking the Rams or the Bucks?
Bucks. Do you trust Matt Stafford or do you trust Lord Brady?
I don't know.
Playoffs are a different animal, man.
Brady's looks
I got Colts Bucks in the Super Bowl.
Let's Rams defense against Brady's beat up Bucks.
Colts defense.
Well, the problem is that Matt Stafford he had 3 turnovers today against Minnesota.
Yep.
And that defense is not all that great.
And the Bucks have a good run defense. They're going to shut down
Michelle Henderson. Now I wish so bad that Foles was on the Colts. Because what if that scenario did happen and fucking Wentz gets hurt again and Foles comes and beats Brady? Oh my God, I would love that so much.
No, you don't want to shake my hand yet?
How do you sleep at night knowing that Eli Manning made Brady his bitch twice?
And
Eli goober ass Manning, bro.
Oh yeah, it had nothing to do with that New York Giant front four either. That brought consistent heat. Come on now.
What is with these spam people in the fucking in the YouTube chat? Wow. Okay, Alexander Jean, all full of.
Did you see that spam message I got on Twitter? I know random thought, but
oh yeah, like chicks sliding in the DMs for some.
I see you like steak. You must be a good cook.
Yeah, what did they think? Like you were gonna be like, yes, here's my credit card number. Like female with picture who paid attention to me, girl. Like, fucking come on. They are right. You do like steak.
You could have
blocked Michael.
You could have replied.
Oh, I blocked Michael?
Yeah.
How did I do that? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No, are you sure?
Dude, you blocked him, man.
Fuck. How do I unblock him? Are you sure?
Dude, I'm
positive. You're not running the Twitter page, bro.
Man, you've been out of the pod game. Oh, hold on. How does Michael get blocked? But in the year plus that I would comment just the worst shit.
Because we liked you.
I never got blocked.
I didn't mean to block Michael. Oh, fuck.
Did you just block Vinny?
Jer, fix it.
Wow, the year 2021, we're going to 8-bit chair for the technical advice on the show.
Speaking of 8-bit, I watched that 8-bit Christmas movie. That shit was fucking lame.
I didn't see that.
It was lame. It could have been good. It was so close to being good. It was not good.
We watched.
And it sucks because it was set in Chicago. It was like supposed to be like the new Christmas classic.
Oh, that's the one Diddy was talking about.
It's fucking beef. That had a few good moments, but it was just like, come on. It's like I watch
the same 6 Christmas movies every year, and I don't stray from that list.
Yeah, I didn't get my. Somebody stole my Blu-ray of Scrooged. I'm pissed.
Oh, that's an underrated Christmas movie.
Dude, it's one of the best.
That's
Scrooge is amazing.
Just a friendly wager here. Biscuits.
Ooh. Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Me and you, a little friendly bet here, right? Because I might come down your way this summer. So you owe me dinner if Brady doesn't make it to the Super Bowl. I owe you dinner if he does.
Then I want to go to New Haven and get the best pizza if I come up there. Hey, I can't do it like A8 does it.
No, if you come up this way for the Patriot game.
If Brady wins, you have to take me into New Haven and get me
I wouldn't do that to somebody.
Cold slice of pizza. You got to give me a
what the fuck?
slice of pizza. No,
Patrick Sheldon, Patrick Sheldon, I don't know if he actually listens to the show. He probably doesn't. Patrick Sheldon, bro, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up. I'm tired of these horrible pizza pictures on my timeline. And most of them are from Chicago with the thin crust shit. Like, not every thin crust in Chicago is good. Most of them suck. And just comes in that fucking bag. People act like it's like, get the fuck out of here with that. So I see this fucking picture, and I don't shame the person. I cut the name off. I just screenshot it. I didn't go at their head because it was a stupid tweet. But I didn't go at their head. I just cut it off so it's anonymous. It's like this picture of a fucking piece of pizza with cold shredded mozzarella on it and like 4 sad wings. And the tweet was like, Florio's hits different. And it's like, what? Like, what the actual fuck? And I thought, oh, clearly everyone's going to agree with me because this is like horrific. This is like raisins in the macaroni and cheese level. Horrible. Like, I thought Twitter would be like, yeah, pitchforks. Here comes Patrick Sheldon, like, you never had pizza in Western New York?
My brother lives there, bro. Like, did
they eat that shit? Like a cold cheese taco made with pizza? Like, what the fuck?
I've been up
I
there
had to
twice.
Google it. I thought he was being sarcastic.
No, I've been up there. I've been up to the Buffalo area twice to visit my brother, and he would if it was that banging, he would have been
like that's what I'm saying. Like, so you take a hot piece of pizza and you throw cold cheese on it, like, and he's like serious. He's like fucking serious, bro. Like I'm missing out.
And then he accused us of talking about pizza casserole.
Yeah, and it's like we're not serious about pizza casserole. Like nobody's trotting that out as like a fucking okay, sorry, Jer. But most of us are not serious about pizza casserole as being like a legitimately like
the hate.
No,
hey, dude, I made it, man. I made it.
Yo, you killed it. You added bacon. There's like caramelized onions in your shit. Like you took it to the next level. You like classed up the joint. Like, you know, fucking like you took that recipe and like made it into
a real nice picture. Congratulations.
Yeah. Like your shit looks like literally a block of Colby cheese that's melted into a pan with fucking pepperoni studded on top. Like that's what it looks like. It doesn't look like there's any bread at all.
There isn't.
It's
bro,
just a soup. It's a soup of Colby Jack.
Hey, he uses Pillsbury, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know Pillsbury.
It's a biscuit crust.
But the bottom line is that Patrick Sheldon, bro, we're not trotting this out as like a fucking you gotta try this. It's more like Jer's just fucking drunk posting pictures of his stoner food.
And the people that live here, people just get weird about pizza. Like New Haven's good, man, but I've honestly been there like once or twice in my life to get pizza.
So I'm just saying you're not telling me that is a thing where somebody takes fucking hot, otherwise good-looking pizza and throws cold cheese in the center of it and like acts like it's a thing. It's no.
Dude, I Googled it. It's apparently is a thing. I Googled it.
Yeah, but fucking Aaron Quinn lives in Buffalo and we've never heard of it. If it was a thing, we would have heard of it already.
Well, he also grew up
Buffalo in the West.
In his defense, he grew up here, so he's probably like, "What the fuck's this?" Like, there's good pizza up the East Coast, man. Like, it's
of course there is. I'm just saying, like, I can't believe that you're that dude's trying to sell me that as a fucking legitimate food thing. And I could tell straight up in that picture that says not what was happening. Like, I don't know what was happening there, but it was bad. And I don't care if you eat shit food. If you want to go to Little Caesars, I don't give a fuck. You do what you want in the privacy of your own home, but don't trot it out there like you fucking... Like, motherfuckers are putting up these pictures like they got pictures of the lost city of Atlantis. You know? Like, the fuck? Like, it's a bad pizza. Like memo to everybody that has to, like, right before they eat, send a picture of their food to Twitter. Stop that shit.
Like,
what are you
Portillo's is a
doing?
thing too. It's like, holy shit, you ate a fast food hot dog.
Yo, like, just stop. Stop with your horrible looking drumsticks, and stop with your fucking bad lighting and your fucking, like, stop with your horrifying food pictures. Biscuits is smart enough to not put pictures of his horrific steak choices up on the internet. Like, he tortures us enough with just the concept of them. If the pictures were to ever come up, I mean, literally,
yeah, he would get.
I would report him and get him kicked off of Twitter. Like, I mean, the only things I've ever seen of you is like when you manage to fucking burn shit in the oven. Like how the fuck you're even insurable anymore is like beyond me. Like,
I did it again on Christmas Eve too.
What did you burn?
I left the Chick-fil-A nugget platter plastic thing in there and just completely melted it all over the grate too.
You melted a plastic tray in the oven?
I put stuff in there like to get it out of sight.
But he nailed my pizza.
Wait.
I did nail that pizza.
But why is the oven on?
Oh, because like I'll go later on to turn it on, and I'll be in a state of mind, and I'll forget that I put something in there like 2 hours earlier, and then boom, it's done.
Yeah, but to get it out of sight,
oven, bro.
Yeah, I don't like clutter mess. So I'm just like, all right,
put it in the warming drawer, bro. Boom. Don't put it in the oven.
Dude, no, I don't use so I don't use that thing as a warming drawer. That's where my lid pans and stuff go.
Yeah, normal people put storage shit in there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Not if you have the cabinet space.
Thank God Michael's back. Sorry I blocked you. That was dumb.
The text I've been doing the last 10 minutes.
I was under attack by bots.
City food.
There were bots attacking me.
I take Diddy's deal.
Every time we start talking about Tom Brady, some fucking like TB12 steroid bots come on. Fucking try to come after us.
My burner account.
So have you watched all of the Man in the Arena garbage?
No, I stopped. I couldn't stomach it.
Yeah, whoa.
I'm caught up. Yes, I'm caught up.
Oh my God.
Do you watch the after the Man in the Arena?
I don't even believe.
Actually, I just put the headphones on and I listen to it when I go to bed.
Do you listen to the podcast too?
Yo.
Yeah. Oh God.
I don't even blame you.
Champion.
As a Bears fan, I don't even blame you in having a side piece. Why does it have to be such a horrible one? Like,
you know what's funny? Okay, so like, I think he is way more down to earth than people give him credit for. He's constant, dude. You follow his Twitter or his TikTok. He is constantly making fun of himself. He is hilarious, dude.
Dude, you don't actually think he's
hilarious.
Funny.
Dude, yeah, he is. Dude, he has more comedy chops than Peyton Manning has. He is so.
That's like nothing. That's nothing. What the fuck?
Dude, that Peyton Manning.
That's what you get.
Bro. You can think he's the greatest quarterback of all time. You can think he's fucking like handsome. You can think that he's, that it's fine that he sucks the face of his children and various old men. You may not think that he is funny because he is not funny. He is the opposite of funny. All his jokes and his social media is the most try-hard, fucking derpy ass dude. He's not funny.
Yeah, but hey, it all lines up, bro. It all lines
up. This motherfucker trying to play. This motherfucker, and not like I'm some fucking like down dude with fucking anybody, but like this dude's really playing Chief Keef music. Like he knows what the fuck is up. Like,
go ahead, Diddy. Yeah, let because I know where Diddy's going with this.
Closet farts, bro.
On brand.
It all makes sense.
We got that shit has to stay in the DMs.
I know. That's what I'm trying to be like.
Because if that ever comes out, like it'll be like Reddit, and it'll be like Reddit, and fucking biscuits will get downvoted right off the pot.
I was elaborating on it. I'm just throwing it out there to give you the idea of who.
Yo, I get that, but I'm trying to keep it in sports.
It all makes sense, though, Tom Brady. That's a perfect fit.
Don't you all appreciate what you're seeing, though, in the salary cap era? A player who has a driving will and desire to be great.
I appreciate
He's tired of it.
His
He had tired of it.
I appreciate his success. The person, though, fuck, man, he's a weird motherfucker.
At some point, it's like the Russian hockey team. Yeah, you appreciate it, but you're fucking tired of it.
So, okay, hypothetically, one team has.
Although
to
the Russian
Super
hockey
Bowl.
team never got bitch slapped by Eli Manning twice.
And I want you to admit this to the listeners there. You three, you have a choice between Tom Brady winning his 8th ring or Aaron Rodgers winning one. Who are you taking?
Tom Brady every time.
Did he?
I am at the point
Did he?
I would rather see Aaron Rodgers win.
You disgust me. You disgust me.
I am so sick of Brady.
That is worse than that cold cheese shredded pizza that P showed.
I'm so sick of Brady, bro. That's how sick I am of him.
No,
Dude, do you know how intolerable and insufferable those Packers fans would be?
They already are. What's the difference?
Yeah, but dude, it would be 10 times worse, bro.
Oh, fuck it. Let's just bite down hard on it and take it, you know?
Brady. I picked Brady just because I'm used to it. I picked Brady just because I'm used to him winning. I don't want to see Rodgers win one.
I don't know. I'm mostly fucking trolling, but like I also just
block Michael again. Block him. You're done, Michael.
Michael says I'm with Double A even though he blocks me at random. I'm tired of Brady and Rodgers. Wait. He's tired of them both.
Ooh.
So don't block him.
You're not blocking.
I don't know.
I don't want to
He's
see
tired
either
of them
one of
both.
them. Yeah, I don't want to see either one of them, man.
I'd rather see Mahomes and I'd rather see Jackson Mahomes win it all than Brady.
Once playoffs start, I'm hoping Buffalo does it just because I like to see that city get one. Being that
I'd like to see Buffalo do it. I'd be okay with that.
Mitch Trubisky gets a ring.
I wasn't even thinking about Mitch. You know what? Can you imagine if he had his Hostetler moment where he comes in for an injured Josh Allen and just carries his team?
Oh my God, it's so gonna happen.
That's not
Bears Twitter will literally go fucking Chernobyl.
Dude, I wasn't even thinking about Mitch. I was just going from my brother being a fan.
Deserving fan base.
Yeah.
Bro, if Mitch goes from holding up the MVP
the truthers
and getting mocked.
He gets put in the AFC Championship game and leads him to victory and then gets him a freaking ring as a starter.
Bro, I don't care if he plays one series in the Super Bowl. He's going to get to fucking hold up the Super Bowl trophy and the MVP trophy like in less than a calendar year apart. Like when he was being mocked because Barstool fucking made him the MVP of the joke fucking Nickelodeon game.
Go Colts, because at least they we can make
JJ Stankovitz. JJ probably get a ring. He's like the official Colts reporter.
I could do with JJ getting a ring. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if he would enjoy it. He's still unfortunately a Bears fan.
I live in this fucking state. No, fuck the Colts.
Well, that's right, Jared. Sometimes I forget you have that irrational Colts hatred.
Yeah, it's rational. 2000.
But why? Because all those people totally agree with you in your Hoosier love. You probably have so many Colts fan friends.
That doesn't make them smart.
You probably have Notre Dame fan friends too.
Like I could see fucking, like not liking the Colts, but actively hating them. You're just choosing violence there.
2006. That's all I need to remember.
I mean, I blame the Bears more for losing that game than I blame the Colts for winning it.
I blame God for creating the monsoon.
I blame Prince because he sung Purple Rain. That's why.
And fucking Tommy Harris being out and Mike Brown being out.
Mm-hmm.
Rex Grossman being bad and Cedric Benson getting the ball.
And the defense not really being able to stop anybody.
Well, let's just hope they restructure this shit so we can like get out of the doldrums.
Like the divisions?
always-
Yeah, maybe they can make a new division. Can we be the Bears could be in the division with we'll be in a new
No, I was
division
just talking about the
with
front office. I wasn't talking about the freaking league.
We'll go back
Well,
to being the Central. Last
move
time
the
we were
Packers to the NFC East and we'll put the Falcons in the Central.
No,
the Falcons used to be in the NFC East.
Yep.
I was just talking about our front office and the way we do things.
Oh yeah, they ain't doing that. I wanted to change up the division.
Do we have an offensive goat of the game, boys? Let's get it back on track a little bit.
What? All right.
Go to the game.
I don't know. Who goes first? Not me.
David
Demir Bird. Since nobody's saying anything, that
Right.
catch was insane.
I was just thinking because Jimmy Graham's post up was pretty nice to see too. A nice veteran move there. He actually used his
Jimmy
body.
Graham hands receiver. Who knew?
I was just saying. I hope Komet took notes because that's what we need out of him. But I think it's Nick Foles, man. He kind of steadied the ship today. Came up big when we need him. So I give it to Nick. Big Dick Nick.
In an effort to not repeat anybody else, I'm going to go with Larry Borum, a guy who should have been starting at right tackle all along, was thrust in on the left hand side and held up very, very well.
hey, it's mousing the word thrust.
Big Dick Nick Borum gets thrust.
It was a very sexual win today.
I've missed this, by the way. I have.
Oh, winning is so great. And then have an A.
I meant
have an
A.
A.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, have an A back.
Yeah.
In a world where there's
Nick Foles is playing in the snow.
Take that W, girl.
Oh. Hey Nick, we got a deal. That's Russ and Nick's bad
who is
later.
that talking?
That's Russ and Nick's bad later. Russell Wilson. Hey Seattle, we got a deal. fucking Nick and
You know,
Nick's,
though,
you know.
think about how bad he's been playing, and if we would have pulled off that trade and it happened to us.
Oh,
What if we find out like later in life that Big Dick Nick's got like 10 illegitimate kids? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, it's possible. He was like a Texas football high school legend, right?
Yeah, he's fucking slanging it. This is slanging that thing. You know what I'm saying?
More slicing and dicing off the football field.
Yeah, bro, he sliced the threes. It's because the threes don't say anything. You just cut checks.
three stay quiet.
Yep. Threes stay real quiet. Get that paycheck going.
Jer, who's yours? Go to the.
I picked Montgomery. Catching the ball out of the backfield. He looked.
No, I was told Montgomery didn't have any actual production though, so bad choice here.
That's not what I said. I said he was averaging 2.1
He's
per
just-
carry, and I was surprised Nagy actually stuck with him because usually he gets away from that quick if the averages aren't there.
That's a good point.
Monty was the heart of the off. He is the heart of it. I'm not gonna, but go. Sorry, Jared. Go ahead.
Oh, let's go to the defensive side. Go to the game. That's always a tough one.
I'm gonna save yours, Jer, because I already think I know who you're gonna say.
No, go ahead and say it.
I don't really care. I'll say it, but go ahead.
You
Go
don't
for
care. No, you go, Diddy.
You
Go
go.
ahead.
Robert Quinn. That sack came at a huge moment in that game. And, like, I know he's been piling them up and the season's kind of sucked, so we wish it was a better season because some people are butthurt about him breaking it, Richard Dent's deal. But, like, that sack came in a pivotal moment in that game. And the dude, even when it hasn't mattered, the dude has been relentless with it.
I don't think anybody's really will be mad if he breaks the record.
You know they're purists.
Yeah, no, but as long as he does it inside 16 games, I'm not mad. I think it's cool. I think it's a sad thing that it's happening in a lost season.
Yeah,
but
it happened in a pivotal moment today. Like,
agreed. I mean, dude is doing what Mac does not do, which is doing it by himself.
right.
Good point.
This dude has been by himself like for weeks now, and he just keeps getting it done. How many times? Go ahead, Jer.
He is the Will Smith GIF.
Yo, like, I mean, but that's the thing is, like, when Mac doesn't get it done, and I know he does it in the pressures and he does more than we see, whatever. I know, the excuses. God, we make excuses for Mac, don't we? He's doubled. He's getting pressures. He's disruptive. This grade, that grade, this metric,
TJ Watt
that
gets
metric.
doubled in scheme 4, and he still produces week in,
Yeah,
week out.
like, I want to see the fucking sacks. I don't
He
give
is
a
better
fuck.
in run support, though, than Robert Quinn is.
Yes, because all Robert Quinn does is launch himself at the quarterback around the edge.
I
He literally is like
I like
fucking
this angle.
Spider-Man, like launching himself at the quarterback. Like,
Movie
and I
trash, by the
appreciate
way.
that shit. He does one thing and he does it over and over and over again.
He's good
It's
at
like
it.
Marshawn Lynch of defensive ends.
All right, Biscuits, who you got?
I just want to say Spider-Man, the new movie, was trash. My defensive.
Did you actually see it?
Yeah. Well, I kind of like read, and yeah.
you're an
Shut
asshole.
the fuck up. You're like a Marvel hater, so there's no way you even saw it.
My
You're fucking too busy, like fucking watching, like
Dick
watching,
move,
like.
bro. I'm bringing
Brady.
my
Tom
kids
Brady.
tomorrow night, and you're gonna like stick
Yeah.
your little like hot food take movie review bullshit on me.
Everyone knows I'm the movie critic expert on this pod. Okay.
What?
Let's just get that established here. For
We're gonna do a movie.
The off season is
pod.
gonna be rich, brother. I'll tell you what.
Could do an
Oh,
off-season movie pod, but my defensive goal of the
God.
game to get back on track, fellas.
There is no track.
Yeah, you took us off track with your web slinging bullshit.
I think someone else brought up Spider-Man. I just had to get it out there. It was a bad movie. Don't see it.
You haven't seen it.
I basically know what happens. Okay.
Oh, God.
It's the same
I'm
thing.
going tomorrow. I'll let you guys know.
I was thinking about going tomorrow.
I hope you have a good time, Diddy. Watching it.
Aaron, fuck you though.
You haven't even fucking seen it, bro. Jesus.
My defensive goat of the game
Ugh.
is Kiris Tonga.
Who?
Kiris
Tonga.
Did he do some shit?
Yeah,
He played.
he played.
How many
There you
snaps did he play? I wonder.
He played, and I thought he played better than Eddie Goldman. And I didn't want to take the guy who I thought
we gotta have
played.
that conversation too.
He didn't play as good as I think somebody else on the line did, but I think that's Jair's guy, so I didn't want to take him. So Tonga.
Eddie Goldman, like playing in the snow, is like just forget it.
Jared wasn't taking him. You just set him up to take him.
Hey,
He's
he
like,
was
oh,
Twitter-
I
he
just
was
saw Jared's
posting
face. It's
about
like,
him.
oh, he gave me my guy.
He was posting about him left and right, so I figured, hey, I'll save that for Jair.
Angelo Blackson. That dude is playing good. You can
He's
keep
gonna be
him
the
in.
reason that we can get rid of Goldman, right?
Yep. There's your stopgap. He's better than anything else you got up there, and he's more consistent, and he's a lot cheaper. And he gets pressures, and when you're kicking somebody's ass up front, what do? You draw penalties, and he drew a couple of them today. He got a big holding call on that last drive, pushed them back.
How the fuck did Cairo Santos get hurt? What the
I think
fuck
he's-
was that?
Oh my God, he got blew up on a kick return. He got killed.
I disagree with who you think he's replacing, though. I think he's going to replace Hicks. I think Tonga will replace Goldman.
Goldman, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Either way, and it's good to see Akeem was kind of active on the timeline today during the game, but I'd rather see him on the field, but such is life.
Shout out to Akeem Hicks.
That's my boy,
saw
my boy, Blue.
I saw
I fucking,
but I
love Hicks, but like you gotta let this. Like he's gone.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It's like people are screaming at me about not re-signing fucking Dave Montgomery because I said, it's kind of corny, but they put up that little thing with like the fucking National Lampoon's Christmas, and it was Justin and Roquan and Dave Montgomery, like him lighting the lights, a little graphic, whatever. I was like, I feel good about those three guys. Like I feel like those are three, promising young pieces that should be in Bears uniform for the next 3-4 years at least. Montgomery, Roquan probably 5-6, hopefully Fields 6-7, maybe more.
15.
Yeah, 15.
Paying the running back often doesn't work out though.
I don't know how much money he's going to command though. People keep saying that. It's like, yes, but how much money can he really command? Because everybody knows that paying the running back doesn't work out. I don't see Montgomery, number one, as being a guy who's going to hold out for a bunch of money. I mean, I'm
with Diddy on the top 5 money. I could see him in that fringe 4th to 5th, maybe 6th highest paid running back.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's like a $10 million a year guy.
But you've already seen in the 6th round, you can get a guy like Khalil Herbert, and then you're drafting another guy to back up Khalil. I love David Montgomery. I would not get rid of him this year. You roll with a 2-back system in 2022. But when push comes to shove at the end of that year, I depending on the money, if it's top 5, I don't think I'm paying him.
I just don't think it's going to be top 5.
Really depending on where the team's at.
That's a fair comment too, Diddy. That's fair.
But I mean, he's not Jonathan Taylor, but also they don't have the Colts offensive line. I mean, I think what you see with Taylor, who's just fucking ridiculous. Like that guy gets a seam. Who's he remind you of? Maybe like Chris Johnson.
Give Montgomery that old line.
Like who does Taylor remind you of? Because he looks like a guy who's like a shifty guy, but he's just got a breakaway. And gets in those lanes and just like it's crazy. Like he looks like he's probably not going to get through, and then he just fucking zoop. Like who does he remind you of running back wise? I was thinking Chris Johnson.
Khalil Herbert.
I don't think Herbert has that kind of burst.
They look different when they run, but the burst through the line of scrimmage, Tony Dorsett. Tony Dorsett had a hell of a burst through the line of scrimmage.
I like that.
Give anybody that offensive line in Indianapolis, and you're going to be pretty all right,
man. Damn, you give Monty that whole line?
Yes, but he's special though. Like you're going to get a Marlon Mack.
You show me that.
You're going to plug in a Marlon Mack and get 1,000 yards. Like you're not getting the 80-yard touchdowns. You're not getting the 60-yard fucking touchdowns out of rando guys just because of that O-line.
The highlight you showed me, their O-line pushed their whole defensive front one way, opened it up to 2 linebackers. All he had to do was just one guy. I get it,
but he had the smallest seam. Like that seam was tiny.
It was already on the second level.
This might help your argument.
I'm trying to argue that wasn't a dope run. It's crazy.
It was
against Arizona. Against Arizona, against Arizona. The Colts were down their best 3 interior linemen and still found a way to win. How is that? You know how you do that? You do that with coaching. And you do that with sheer effort from guys like
Jonathan Taylor is fucking really good.
Jonathan Taylor is really good.
And I don't think Montgomery's on that level. I'm just saying, like, it is going to be it's a difficult fucking decision. I don't know. I mean, anybody really think Tariq Cohen's going to come back and be a contributor to this team ever? I don't.
You imagine Montgomery with a really good offensive line.
I don't see why you would. It would depend on the coach you bring in. I don't see a purpose of bringing a Tariq Cohen in if you're not going to run a style offense.
I just said, do you think Cohen's ever going to contribute on this team again? And I said, no, I do not.
He's been replaced with Grant.
It's Kanapa Z Pop Mob. Time to block Michael again. Yo, Kanapa, what it is? Vark Tech.
Hey, we have a sponsor, boys.
Kanapa. Yo, I love when Kanapa comes in the chat.
Don't say too much. We don't know what that shit is. That could
because he rolls in like it makes like
dude, that's a good point, man.
It's because I'm wearing this hat. It's because they think I'm Russian. Yes, yes, Russian Kanapa Gazambagala Vark Tech. This is Cement Factory podcast.
Oh, somebody left us a book.
What happened? All right, time to block Canarpa. Ken Billingsley in the chat, Kenny, if you're friends, says, that's big facts. Just imagine if we had a good O-line, Montgomery would light shit up. But at the same time in this era, why are we still trying to be run reliant, especially when they know we have a shit line?
Right.
It makes no sense. But
I disagree
also,
with
they
that.
can't even block a high school D-line, so we can't pass as well with all of our 3 quarterbacks running for their lives. Kenny, you make a lot of good points.
The one I disagree with is the fact, why should we be so reliant on the run? That should be the strength of the team. The run-pass ratio is out of whack as it is. We're the number 7 rushing team heading into this week, and we're the dead-ranked last passing offense. So do what you do best and run the football.
It's because the run game and the pass game are not connected to each other. They're like I said, they're Frankenstein parts of 2 different offenses that don't complement each other and don't fit each other.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and
But I get what
what
you're saying
that
about the era,
does,
though.
but what that does is it makes us completely predictable because you have to be able to pass out of run formations and you have to be able to run out of your pass formations. And both of those things have to have at some point been successful on tape.
True.
So we never have that. We never have anything that complements each other from an offensive standpoint. We get a play here, a play there, a snippet here, a little thing there. Oh, wow, that worked. But nothing ever goes together. Like I was saying today watching the game,
Nothing
that
builds off
Nagy,
of anything.
one of Nagy's specialties is following up a really big offensive play with an absolute atrocious call.
Sorry, HR's back. I just wanted to look up VarkTech and find out what the hell it was. I think it's just some scheme shit, but we're good. I want to make sure it wasn't like
We're
some
VarTech. Do not slander VarTech. This is great.
Titty's trying to make sure we don't get canceled.
Yeah.
just
Smart.
checking.
You're smart.
What I'm saying though is that shit doesn't go together. Like they never can do those things that other teams are able to do successfully. Oh, they ran out of. But today, a few times, like they did a couple of those things. They ran a draw that worked successfully. You know what I mean? Like they were hitting these checkdowns that resulted in yak. Like they ran a couple screens. Like it looked a little more cohesive at times. It's always like when we would say how all of a sudden shit looked functional when Chase Daniel was in there and it wasn't so sporadic.
Simplified.
We went in there with a veteran quarterback and exposed a defense that's been having a hard time stopping the pass. Who would have thought?
Right.
Out of this team. Yeah. Legit.
But you still have to run the ball enough to keep it honest because this is what NFL defenses will do. It's like they'll let you do your shit between the 20s, but they won't let you get any big plays off. And they won't let you score. And the Bears have been terrible in the red zone.
But we've been running the ball pretty decent all season. It just hasn't translated.
Right. Well, that's what fucking Biscuit said was the success in the run game is completely the opposite of the failure in the pass game, and these 2 things should not logically coexist, but yet they do. And it's because it's Frankenstein parts of 2 different offenses, maybe 3 different offenses put together that don't complement each other, and the play callers can't make them work together.
I apologize. I had to go take a piss in this 2-hour marathon we're on. So
I thought you were researching VarkTech.
Yes, he was.
I did that when he came back.
He was beating his
Yo, I remember when fucking. Remember when Mikhail Vikbachov
he was beating
VarkTech?
anything, though. That doesn't really hit.
Yeah, but I'm gonna fall for that every time. That's gonna get a laugh from me.
Remember,
immaturity. Okay?
You remember when Mikhail Vick was at VarkTech running this offense was so amazed.
Well, I think something.
VarkTech. Let me tell you about VarkTech.
You've told people about it on this podcast and on other things.
Kanazapa Mazapo.
The Bears never get to anything from logic. It's always because of accident
Yeah,
They're
we always
they're forced
back
into
into
it.
shit.
Like, oh, Thomas Graham's good. Oh, why? Because the rest of the DBs have COVID.
No, because literally they tried out dudes from the Home Depot parking lot before Thomas Graham.
Right.
Like, they literally were like, yes, let's try Marquis Christian again. like,
you know what we haven't brought up yet? The Eddie Jackson stop at the 2-yard line after he got torched and just gave up.
Eddie Jackson should have just fucking faked that he tripped or something. Why does he even bother pretending that he's ever going to try and tackle anybody like that? Number one, his ass would have gotten trucked by Penny. But the fact that he just like shoulder waved him and like olayed, like Penny just like barely, Penny just like shook like that, and Eddie Jackson was like, like fucking
touchdown, Jerry.
No, I'm talking about on the passing touchdown where he just fucking
take your pick of shitty Eddie Jackson.
Yeah, his defense though, that was a breakdown on the cornerback. I think it was Vildor.
Kindle.
Oh,
yeah,
supposedly, or the safety that's supposed to come down on him, depending on who you listen to.
I thought Kindle,
he had a chance to run. It doesn't stop effort.
Yo, I don't know who it was that said it, but somebody
said across the field on the replay though.
Yeah, and he tackled him.
When was Eddie Jackson's last interception? It was like Thanksgiving of like 2020 or something like that.
Probably against the Lions.
Yeah, bro. It's like
it's business time, man.
It's been business time for him for a couple
of years. It's been business time, bro. Like, who the fuck is buying that cereal? That's what I want to know.
I fucking bought it.
You dumbass. What the fuck? Did you eat it?
No,
you ate some.
No, it's still hanging on my shelf there. His last interception was December 29th, 2019.
He's 19?
Yeah.
Bro, so that's
even worse.
Wait,
he didn't have a single interception in 2020? Is that correct?
Can you do us a favor? Can
you
do us a favor? Can you just take the cereal out of the box?
Yeah,
it's not going to be worth shit. Still display the box and pour a bowl of cereal and take a bite smiling so we can post it on our pod page.
Yes.
I can do that.
Yes.
With the box in front of you. Like, you know.
It's cinnamon toast crunch too, pretty much. Is what
kind of milk you rocking with?
Oh, 2%. 2%.
Almond milk here, man.
2%.
No almond milk. Almond milk's terrible.
Hey, that's too fancy for my digestive system.
Oat milk is the way.
They wouldn't know what to do with something of that high quality.
See, 2% milk at this point in my life, if I was biscuits, I would need a lot of closets in my house.
Right. No doubt. I don't fuck with 2% milk. But what I'm saying is oat milk, not almond milk.
What the fuck is oat milk?
It's what it fucking sounds like. You accept almond milk as the thing, but oat milk is troubling to you? Have you ever made a bowl of oatmeal?
I've never heard of oat milk. And no, I don't eat oatmeal. I eat cream of wheat.
Southern boy.
I'm not even Southern. I wasn't even born here.
No, like you were transplanted.
Cream of wheat was hard in D.C. Streets of D.C.
D.C. Yeah, fucking cream of wheat. Motherfucker, oat milk's delicious.
What is it? Is it
it's fucking milk made from oats.
I have never in my life ever seen a carton of oat milk at the store.
Shut up.
I swear to God, dude, I haven't.
Go to the store, you will see it. It's extremely popular.
Almonds are actually healthier for you than oat, though, to be honest.
Where do you shop at? Food Lion?
We got Kroger. Kroger's a good one down here.
All right, Kroger might not have oat milk, but fucking I guarantee
Piggly Wiggly. We got one of those down here.
You got a. We don't even have a Piggly Wiggly.
You go to Piggly Wiggly.
I live 2 miles from a Piggly Wiggly, man.
You're more redneck than me. Jesus Christ.
I'm just in redneck territory.
What's the fucking one? Food for Less? The fucking
IGA.
No, the
Dude,
IGA.
Those are disgusting down here.
Yeah, no, that's like IGA is like pack your own meat.
Is it Wegmans that's down? No, that's new.
We had Wegmans in DC. Wegmans is
it's like pack your wet. You know, it's like going. Yeah, there's a fucking. Did I tell you about fucking going and buying pig heads at this meat market here? Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
I had to go buy a pig head
Yeah.
for the restaurant because people order pig heads. And you go in this fucking place called Peoria Meat Packing. It's like just west of downtown. You literally like go in and it's like you're in a room-size walk-in cooler, and all the meat is laid out like it's the produce department. So like it's all like various cuts of meat, but it's laid out like it's fucking produce. So you literally
it's not packaged?
nope.
Ooh.
It's not packaged. So you walk into this huge refrigerated room and it's like a fucking produce department of meat.
That's disgusting.
It's insane, bro. I was not ready for that. Like I was like, what the fuck? So you go over to like where the pig heads are, and it's just like this wall of bins of various pig parts. So you fucking go and it's like if you want feet or fucking, whatever, various things.
Do they
And
give you gloves?
yes, there's
Bring your own
gloves and there's
Okay.
bags. And then you get the shit in the bag, and if you want, you wait in the fucking line, and then they'll cut it how you want it. So you could go and pick up like a big fucking, rack of pork ribs and have, or a pork tenderloin, or, fucking whatever. And they'll cut it for you how you want it, like right in front of you. So I'm fucking saying, I gotta get this fucking pig head. It's like a 15-pound pig head.
That's huge,
Really?
bitch.
Let me tell you what, like trying to pick that up with like clear plastic gloves,
Slimy.
cold as fuck, like
That's
slimy,
disgusting,
but with
dude.
the texture of, just yeah, like bro, like trying to get it in the bag, like and it's like fucking like the ear like touches your arm. It's like this cold fucking dead pig ear.
What the hell were they making that they were serving at your place? With
we
a pig
we
head?
serve whole
Dude, they
animals.
serve all, dude.
Oh yeah, excuse me. I'll take the pig head.
Yes, people
Yeah.
eat it, and we fucking dissect the shit up, and people eat
I'm
it. They eat
telling
the
you.
jowls.
That's terrible, man.
The
No,
brain,
no.
the
Dude,
eyes.
I don't want to see. I don't want to eat anything that still has eyeballs and a smile at me.
Let me tell
No.
you what.
The pig ain't
When-
smiling.
That's why I cremate everything.
Just let me tell you what.
What is the
When it-
point, though? It's not even worth eating at that point. There's no nutritional value.
Do you eat beef jerky?
No.
You do. You call it a steak, though.
What's
Anyway.
wrong, dude? I eat both.
I heard
just
that.
telling you.
Jerky.
I got
I'm
mad
just telling
glass
you,
now.
if his chef gets a hold of it,
Yeah.
you'll be like,
Yo,
oh,
I don't fuck. I've seen the pig head a million times now, not a million, but a bunch of times, and I don't fuck with any of the parts. I'll eat like the cheek, maybe. I'm not fucking with anything else. Like people eat the eyeballs,
Dude, no.
and like then they do a shot of whiskey, and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I
Nah,
heard
that's
this
too
whole
much.
story, but it was on the Patreon level and like an after show. I don't think.
Oh
you're
yeah,
supposed to
well
pay attention.
hey, everyone should subscribe.
He's just
Everyone should subscribe.
he's just
I've
gonna
been
keep pulling off sunglasses. This is great.
I've been spending it's like the fucking deal with it.
We were waiting for AA's defensive go to the game, and then we segued to pig heads.
Did I pick one?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
My defensive go to the game is Eddie Jackson for being the most Eddie Jackson possible.
There you have it.
Because if you didn't give up,
Don't change, Eddie.
never
Don't
change.
Eddie.
Never change. Keep killing it on Instagram, by the way. Eddie, you're really doing stuff. All right, we should probably fucking wrap it up.
Welcome
Sounds
back,
glorious.
brother.
Yeah, welcome
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. I'll see you guys in a month.
Big game against the Giants coming up.
I blocked 2 Russian spies and Michael. I mean, pretty big day back, I'd say.
I
Mark
guess
that
if-
down in the stats and gravy book there.
If there's any big news tomorrow, maybe we'll go sometime during the week.
Nice. I like how he pretended to write something down. Licks the pencil.
Put it down on letterhead though.
Nobody's getting fired tomorrow. Do you think this is the last chance they have to,
No,
to
but
get
if
2 weeks ahead, right?
If some interviews start
Correct.
leaking, we know he's been notified.
I think he's been notified. I don't think that story from
I
Thanksgiving.
thought
is
that
too
there
far
has to
off.
be an actual opening, or they can
Nope.
just interview.
Notify.
Okay.
That's it.
I think he has been notified. I think he has been.
I think you're giving them too much credit for doing something smart. I don't think they've done that.
Well,
I
the
think-
only reason that I believe that's happening is because Pace is staying.
Oh,
Because that is something Pace would do.
No,
I
but
told you
that
guys,
would be a pace move. It would be.
he has set this up to blame Nagy so clean.
So if the league,
Like-
the league wants this, right? If the league voted on this, so like if there are interviews going on, it will be leaked just because the league wants some promotion for it. That's how that.
Yeah. I mean, I believe you. I hope to God that happens. Like, I hope to God that, these club dubbing assholes, like, didn't delay shit for another week. Like, even though that was fun, and I guess I'm glad they won and whatever, and the catch was cool. But, like, if these club dubbing, fucking glad-handing, sappy motherfuckers, like, just
Do you really
delay...
think the Bears would do that, though, optically? They would notify Nagy of their intentions to fire him and then still bring in people to interview, knowing that there's going to be
You don't
leaks,
bring 'em in.
knowing
You
that the
do it over
media is going to get a
Skype,
hold of
bro.
that.
It's a Skype meeting.
Yeah, but it's just the potential for that to get out, the media to run with it.
That's terrible.
They don't like that shit exposed like that. Man.
No, and also I think that it's a bad look to potential hires, like to treat somebody like that. I think it's shitty to treat somebody like that. You at least, if you're going to interview their replacements, you at least give him the dignity of firing him before you do that. Because I just think it's so, I don't know, like that's gross. Like if they're really like, you imagine like fucking, you're like speed dating in the living room, but you don't get divorced. You know what I mean? Like it's like your wife that you're not getting along with is sitting on the couch, and you're like speed dating in the dining room.
Be better.
Jesus Christ.
I think Diddy's got an opposite take that I'd like to hear.
Okay.
No, I think that it might benefit Nagy for just, even if he is notified, to continue to at least to put that infomercial on himself out there, that he can hold it together when all the shit around him isn't going well.
I still hold to the idea that he knew at Thanksgiving. I don't think that story was too far off.
He's still
and not hold it together. Hold it together as a person, not hold it together. His game plans are bullshit.
It was Hogue that tweeted that the Bears winning kept him above 500. He's 33-32 now as a head coach. He was even talking about 2018 again. I'm like, good Lord. 2018, he said, 2018, we didn't know what we didn't know. And then, 2019.
Can we go back to knowing what we don't know then?
Yeah, like, he's really like,
The problem is the rest of the league knew what most of your fans
Yeah, and
knew.
everybody else knew what you knew, which wasn't Jack. And they knew Mitch sucked when you didn't.
Yeah,
So-
Vic's defense covered up a lot of
Yep.
And a lot of luck.
And a lot of you can only run Santa's sleigh a handful of times before it's obsolete.
Dude, the defense got so lucky. It was great, but also lucky.
Every ball did bounce their way. That was historic. That turnover margin.
You know what I'd love to see? A game sheet just full of trick plays.
They would have so many penalties, though.
We're gonna
They
run
would-
Santa's play with the defensive lineman. Fuck it.
There'd be penalties. He can't coach that many. Like, you kidding me?
I'm good. I'm tired of the Wildcat. I don't want to see all that bullshit.
Yeah, I'm tired of all that shit. It's insulting. I'm glad they at least ran it when Foles was in there too, because it always felt like an insult to Justin that they were running the Wildcat. I mean, like, this motherfucker's not Tim Tebow.
Well, that's why I was
Like-
pissed off. It's like let Fields throw on first down.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he has. I mean, maybe he's making the right check. I mean, or maybe they aren't giving them opportunity to check. I don't know. That Foles has. I mean, that's lame if he doesn't have that. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'll be honest.
They were
Like,
running shorter shit for Foles too. Guys were running shorter routes. Like
I agree.
where is
I
that
just think.
shit?
I just think like from the eye test, it doesn't look like Fields knows exactly what's going on a lot of the time.
Right. He's right.
Pre-snap. Like it doesn't look like he does. He looks real similar. He looks real similar to Mitch in that they're just kind of looking like. I don't think they really. I don't see him
I
like.
disagree. He's getting to his third read. I disagree. The Mitch comp is.
I don't think he's seeing it. No, I'm saying his instincts, and once the play starts happening, I think his vision is very good. I think his instincts are very good. I'm saying pre-snap, I don't see him. Either he doesn't have the opportunity because that's the way they've designed the plays for him, or two, I don't know. I'm not seeing him making adjustments pre-snap, and that could be because of the limitations.
A lot of different looks.
That could be because of the limitations that they put on him. I mean, I'll be honest. That I know that they did that to him in Cleveland, where he didn't even have the opportunity to change some of those plays.
Well, I think
he didn't have the time.
You saw in Pittsburgh sometime that he did that. He checked out of a couple of plays.
I'm obviously he's not doing it at a level of a 10-year vet. That's my only point.
No, obviously.
And at least that's what I'm saying is that sometimes I feel like
slower.
It's like he wants to run, hurry up. He wants to. It's the same shit Mitch said. I feel more comfortable in hurry up. I want to roll out. It's like, all right.
How much of that changes with a new offensive guy in here that maybe simplifies the offense, doesn't put as much.
That's what I'm saying. If that's what happens, if you give me Brian Daboll, you give me Greg Roman, I'm very happy. I know all the shit we've said about coach this, coach that. If you give me one of those guys and they're gonna come in here and design an offense for Fields, I'm good. Like,
are those your top two guys?
No, I'm just saying if we're going coordinator, like
McDaniels.
Right, but I just don't believe that they will hire them because the Bears are stupid. Like,
right.
my top two pie in the sky guys would be Tomlin or Peyton. The next tier is, I think, McDaniel would be excellent, but I don't think the Bears will hire him, and I don't think he wants to come to the Bears because the insider information on the Bears is bad.
Definitely agree with the latter part. Agreed.
I don't think they have even the balls or the understanding of how to get him or interview him, and I don't think he's really particularly interested in the Bears. And Fields doesn't
depends
move
if they brought in a GM. I think that might change.
If he had a handpicked guy, but then after that, I'm a big fan of fucking the coordinators. I would say Daboll and Roman are right there, and I think Todd Bowles, I'd be somebody I'd be interested in if you brought a defensive guy in. I'm not really interested in Leftwich. I'm not interested in Bieniemy. I don't really care too much for Kellen Moore. I don't think that's happening anyway. So, I guess I don't really want to do the coach route. I think Urban Meyer killed that for a while. Matt Rule has fucked up. So I don't think anybody's hiring college coaches right now, even if Ryan Day, I think Harbaugh
Giddy alluded to the buyout too, right?
I had heard there's like a $20 million buyout for Ryan Day. They're not. McCaskies aren't throwing that out there.
Oh yeah,
and then have to pay him 10 on top of that.
No, I mean, if they somehow pulled Harbaugh, I wouldn't be mad about it. I won't lie. Because I think Harbaugh would find a good staff. Let's not forget that's where Greg Roman came from.
The only way Harbaugh's available is if he wins the national championship.
Yeah. I think the other college coach is way more likely, Pat Fitzgerald.
I just think that the NFL is a copycat league and they're off college coaches, right?
Monty's coach from Iowa State keeps getting brought up too,
Matt Campbell.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's hiring a college coach. Like they just don't have enough success. There's so few Cliff Kingsburys out there, and there's just so many more bad coaches. Even good coaches, like Saban and Spurrier and fucking Urban Meyer, and they get to the NFL and they can't do it.
Right.
Because these players come in and they don't give a fuck who you are.
No, because they made it and they're millionaires.
Yeah.
But isn't that the last cycle that the Bears have to check off? Because they've gone for the defensive coordinator with Lovey. They went for the offensive guru with Nagy. They went for the Canadian coach.
They went with experience with Fox.
Experience, the old savvy vet with Fox. So what's the last box to check off? The college coach. Might as well hit the bingo. The coaching search Bears bingo.
I'm at the point now where, like, with the coaches, it's like, give me not Nagy. That's all. Like I was like that with Mitch. Like just give me somebody other than Mitch. You know, like, and that didn't really work out so hot. But I mean, that's how I feel. Like I could probably
It
talk
needs to be
myself
more than
into
the
it.
head coach. If it's a restructure of things, I'll be a lot happier.
Well, for sure.
Agreed.
But I'm just trying to be realistic. Like, I just don't.
So would you
You had
be,
a whole offseason.
If they
talking about
fire
this.
Pace, which I've been on record for a long time saying they won't, if they fire Pace, they are basically saying that everything they said at that press conference was a lie.
This is a swan song, though. You know he won't be on for another month or two. So
true? I just don't understand.
Nah, we got our guy back. Oh, dude.
I have been hit by poison dart. Vortex! Protect Mother Russia from Vortex! Oh, Wolska.
I bet you if we get them on as a sponsor, though, maybe make some dough.
Oh yeah, where's Tail Greeter with the sweet tail greets?
I'm not putting together a freaking promotional PowerPoint. I'm waiting for Biscuit's email so I can get him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biscuits as well.
Oh, so
Biscuits is
look.
busy selling shoeboxes with a view.
Look, I'll sit down with a glass of oat milk one night, some cold shredded cheese pizza, and I'll put together a little PowerPoint.
That sounds great. Or you can just fill up a bowl full of melted Colby Jack and lop off a couple of pepperoni slices right in there.
Just burn whatever you store in your oven and fucking chomp on that.
Yeah. Jared's trying to work out a way to like inject a tube of biscuits with fucking string cheese. And just
My caulking gun.
yes, and just throw the whole thing in the oven.
Well, let me whip out my caulk.
And then when the thing explodes, he just like rolls it in cheese and fucking sauce.
And Jared's like, doesn't even affect me. It's like I ate nothing.
And then he puts it on, and Patrick's like, haven't you ever been to Southern Kentucky? That's how they have the pizza down there. It's called biscuit tube cheesy bread. Her.
Wow.
We almost had that Patrick on to defend his pizza take, so I'll just watch you two go at it. Pizza fight.
Yo, he's trying to folding fucking fitted sheets. We had like a whole discussion about fitted sheets. He's like,
I'm
this is
missing
something
all this, man.
this is something like really frustrating. Oh, I said like fucking getting a kid car seat out of the back seat's like the most frustrating thing in the universe because you have to jam your hand in the middle of in between the seat and get this fucking latch off of this like hook thing. Like it's fucking brutal. And he's like, it is.
Not really. You get the good system. It's not.
Whatever, you're like an electrical engineer over there, so fuck off. Everybody else agreed with me. It got a lot of traction.
I've never put one in or taken one out.
Right.
They
They don't even have those in South Carolina, do they? Seatbelts, any of that?
No.
It's
all like
it is a pain in the ass to. It's a pain in the ass to secure, but if you have the release latch in front,
So he's like, well, it's like folding a fitted sheet, and I'm like, what? Who the fuck folds fitted sheets?
he's
like,
militant, bro. He served. He did time in the military. They do those like freaking military corners and shit.
All right, for a fitted sheet.
They like making beds in the military. They're all strict about that shit, man.
Fair.
Yeah, that's all.
I didn't realize he was a militant.
He's militant.
I think. Yeah, I think so.
He might shoot people about it.
I'm not saying that, but.
I'm pretty sure it was Army Reserve.
The poison. Yeah. Anyway, Patrick, we know you're a boy. I'm just fucking giving you shit. You're not listening to this. You're not listening to this anyway, so whatever. And if you got to 2 hours and 15 minutes, God bless you. Anything else to report?
Victory Monday. We got a Christmas gift in
Victory chicken.
Game.
The Nick Foles miracle.
I feel like we have to do throwing shade because AA hasn't been on here in over a month.
Okay.
We've thrown.
You got to throw the shade, and you can end it like that if y'all
What did I
want.
throw
Alright.
shade at?
I'll
I don't
I'll
even have any shade. I just want to hear.
I do.
y'all
I
really.
had somebody posted the video of Justin dancing with Shelly. It wasn't really clubbed up. It was just music playing in the background, and freaking some dude. Now we got these like freaking experts that actually can look at injuries and how people are doing just by them dancing in the locker room. This is like a new fad on like this is a new breakdown, right? Oh, he's probably 100% healthy. It's like it was an ankle injury, bro. How did you assess an ankle injury from a waist up shot of him to going like this? Like it's just ridiculous. Like people actually assess injuries from fucking locker room videos.
It's a great time.
That's a good one. Okay.
That's my shit. Like stop the bullshit.
Pony shade.
You guys for ripping on my pizza.
You mean your casserole?
Why don't you make a pizza that we can rip on? Bro?
Yeah, exactly. The next time you make a
Why
pizza
don't
will
you
be the
come down
first
and-
time, bro.
I'm not traveling to Indiana for that shit. Stop it. Why don't you come out down to Indiana? I'll make you one of them bad boys. No.
Yeah, buddy.
That is not my reasoning.
Yo.
I would say it was good. I'd say overall it wasn't that bad. I don't think it was a pizza, but it wasn't bad. The only thing bad is that it ruined my entire next day. Like, if you're gonna eat that, just make sure you got no plans the next day.
Yeah, you know how many
Look,
like,
look who's talking though, Mister.
you know how many houses.
Yeah, that's the thing, Jared. If it affects me after
Do
what
I-
I
do
put in
I-
my body,
Bro.
yeah, Jared.
that's how you know.
Do I get a thank you for a cleanse? No.
Jer, it was so bad Biscuits had to pop a tent in his backyard.
Yeah, he dug a hole, fucking. You know how many fucking houses on the market have their toilets destroyed?
He camped in his
A
backyard that night.
local, a natural gas explosion. In a local,
Hey, he said, I can't do it, bro. Like, he knew. Just like him out in a tent in his backyard. Damn, Jer.
You imagine business is in some house and like fucking roasting Jared's giant pizza for the final voyage, and like an open house starts. Your listing partner has an open house going, and you didn't realize, and you're in there fucking just fucking like what the fuck?
Turn the shower on. The sink faucet. Boom, buddy. That's the perfect cover. They'll never know.
Typical
Did he
pothead.
say put a fabric softener?
Smells like Snuggles, bro.
Like the old paper towel tube in college with the fabric softener in
Yeah,
it.
that's poof. Yeah.
That was genius, by the way. Like, whoever thought of that shit?
That was.
That and microwave popcorn. Microwave popcorn will mask any smell known to man.
And the more you know.
Oh, I got an air fryer, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
Did
It smells like fresh. It smells like
I can't
fresh
wait
laundry.
till it's like a burnt out husk sitting on your counter. It's like, here was the air fryer. It's like a melted Ninja logo, like on
It is
your
a
fucking.
ninja too. That's the funny.
Yeah, and like there's like two handles and like a
they
fucking.
have recipes in the book.
That's Iron Cold.
Max crisp for 24 minutes. He'll put it on for like 48 and just like burn the whole fucking.
I got- I saw it.
That time and temperature.
Yeah, Jesus. Oh, you better fucking get a fire extinguisher too.
I got one actually.
You should.
He's gonna treat that shit like a pressure cooker,
Get
bro.
the kind with the powder though, like the grease fire kind with the powder. You know what I'm saying? You need that shit.
You might want.
Hey, you got shade?
Shoot, I threw shade already at that guy who was jocking pace. Who else?
Fart Tech.
And then fuck Vartech, by the way. Vartech. You suck. Your hockey team is trash. Your gymnastics are the worst. And you're like you're like capitalists in all the bad ways. So, Kolskov, Nicole Skoloff, suck it. Yeah, that's about it. I don't really have any other shade.
Just the whole country, no big deal.
No, just Vark-Tech. Vark-Tech is like a Siberian Peninsula like outpost. Whatever, you guys don't know about Vark-Tech.
I guess not. About to find out.
Yeah.
I bet it's on Amazon.
You fill a Pyrex full of Colby Jack, you'll know about Vark-Tech. I'll tell you what. Real
And
quick.
that's been another.
That's it. That's
episode
another
of-
episode of The Tailgate Show. Thanks for listening.
The W.
Yes, we got one.
Those kids.
Oh, how do you know it's me? Why do you always put it to me?
Motherfucker.
You know I always put.
Jared always goes last.
How would you know you don't listen to our show?
Oh my god.
The return
Our
of
show.
the Oat Milk King.
Our show.
The above average inches from Big Dick.
Thick.
Don't bark, good.
Juicy.
Thanks everybody. Happy Kwanzaa.
Absolutely.